on my own, I'm still killing shit. Bought enough whips to fill dealerships. Y'all niggas worry about IG pics. Them still images. Them identities ain't theirs.
Look,
they still
quit
images.
playing with that motherfucking real money and take that shit to Hefe. Through the mail the next day. You know traffic is a decade. Turned my $1 million wrist into $1 million decade. They wonder if my debt paid. And Wendy, I got my head shaved. In the L, I got my bedroll. It's us against the death toll, so you gotta respect hoes who keep their mouth and their legs closed. I'm riding top down in the Benz, and I can hear echoes and stutters from dead hustlers who made their deals with the devil.
Business spending thugs, mama raised the plug. I could hold a grudge, or I can show you love. Man's full enough, ain't no roof up there above. Mountain at the top, and ain't no room up there above. I was so quiet in that room, fuck the DA, fuck the judge. Flying in that coupe, got the peanut butter rub. Keep the bag rich, so she seen the seen a lot.
Yeah. Just bought a watch that I'ma pass off in a year or two. And built a brand new crib with walls I can hear through. Who gon' catch you when you fall? Treat the gang like a parachute. We like the Navy sign, get a gun chain and a pair of boots.
Now we ain't breaking interrogation like uneducated fools. We stayed quiet like meditation rooms. No snitching, I know bitches in a better place than dudes from selling weight. While these niggas selling plates of food. I was frustrated, temper, short fuse, but never let your situation regulate your moves. And the next time you see me, I'm in a better place and proves. Cause we grind all winter, don't celebrate the June.
It was sequel, had everything to gain and everything to lose. So we opened up them traps like they was FDA approved. Ain't nothing like these featherweights. Y'all better play it cool. We all got money, but power was gonna separate the room.
I want to do a song with J. Cole too. A song with this ghetto gospel, right?
Yeah, man.
I'm from the streets of no knowledge. Kids dying with books in their hands, ain't no college. Niggas sliming out their best friend they thought was solid, but less than a wallet. They feminizing our kids, rappers wearing nail polish just to make they sales rising. I thought you was a man, I thought you was a leader in this world against the clan. I guess you just another monkey with a switch in your hand. Let me hand you a banana so you can kill your best friend. Could've been your best man, nigga look just like you, but because you rep another hood, the nigga wanna fight you. Could've made a team and won a ring when Pippen met Michael, but we hate our own brothers, it's a never-ending cycle. We kill our own stars, we rather see a nigga catch a bus than own cars. It's hard to love success when you struggle so hard. Imagine doing 40 years behind them cold bars. You completely innocent, but just was at the wrong part. Guilty by your skin. Couldn't find the suspect, all of a sudden you his twin. I only seen the pastors and the hustlers drive Benz, while everybody else high on hope, trying to win. Not my boat, nigga, not my pen. I saw trapping and I died in. Mama on coke, ain't chucking on flow, and it ain't no soap in the whole kitchen. Then it ain't broken, it wasn't no show. Why you think the little boy think that's a grown man? Can't even spell, but he wanna spin in this direction where my people in. Fucking keep rapping about diamonds and hen. Fucking keep rapping about brothers and sin. Fucking keep rapping about scamming again. Better hope I don't catch you, my friend. Still remember everybody was against Donald Trump. Now Joe Biden up in office, the whole hood broke as fuck. He done fell off a bike, you done fell in the slump. The trap moving slow cause the money dried up. The bricks cheap as hell, but the weed high as fuck. Nobody smoking work, they want the side big cups. Them blues be the moves till that fit knowledge test. People die hard bust, not them fans at your nuts. Them robbers get the starving, it's nothing but stick ups. He saw the ring camera, still shot him, what the fuck? If God had let this happen, then who can I trust? Nobody but this pistol, that's the reason why it's clutch. R.I.P. to Mr. Hutch. The jeweler, I'm from the slums where pussy niggas rape high schoolers. Get the girl pregnant, act like he never knew her. Finally go to jail and get less time than the shooter.
Yeah, man.
Just incredible!
Hip hop, man.
Nah, that's not what we wanted. What else have I got here, man? Let me play some classics. One or two classics, just warming up. I'm gonna talk to you lot. Whoever's there, I'm gonna chat to you, man. Yeah? I'm gonna chat to you. There's a lot going on in the world, man. I hope you are good. Trump is back in power. On the 25th, they're supposed to have what they call a planetary alignment.
It must be called searching for souls, like the early Mayans tools, searching for gold, like the 49ers. Answers are in Islam, but he thinks it's science. Anakin was here at first, now they flying giants. Allah's one, the angel gave us scriptures to remind us. The taller beings brought us algebra to be aligned up.
There is now, so I'm just rolling, man. Get yourself.
When the gases were mixed, they fuel engines for flying. Aluminum suit of machine to keep from dying. Pyramids and off the beat. Earlier satellite that transfer gas to his rocket to continue flight. Black astronaut, learn what he has forgot. Off to another place, return when he's figured out the ancient secrets from other beings who charted first. Evidence of war there, they had it hard at first. Mothership crashed on the moon from a laser's burst. Science just found out that y'all the first. Black body fully intact from a time before. Black lady fully intact, still beautiful. Craft bigger than Manhattan, that was 30,000 years ago. This took blood, sweat, and tears to know. Time to break the chain, these are things we need our kids to know. They keep us blind in the states we don't get to know. They keep lying in our face and we forget to grow. Hope in the spirit when he left the earth's surface. Never.
Legend.
Legend.
It is never sent out no you call that never sent out no notification.
See me in the street and they call me I'm a line that
legend.
Sky that
Legend.
Shit can't run out of our stop.
Legend.
Repeat that bar, yeah, and what?
Legend.
Teenage,
Legend.
big man,
Legend.
killer MC, yeah, big man.
Legend.
With a back that,
Legend.
slap that,
Legend.
and I'm still not taking no back chat.
Legend.
Step to the mic with fuck up the dark with like a man wanna spit their deep is bar time to come with the it's with the mic like nah, you know what rap with like a man want try in the end do I come true like when I come true I don't take check 1 2 cannot undo like what is it on who is it up to caps the F the R glide and cut you come on a glide in rude boy man I send mine that go fine in rude boy send a big back thing to line in rude boy my badness can't televise tell him I'm sliding rude boy
Right in there, been about since she was in secondary school, coolest yeah. Mom did I raise no fool, that would be foolish. Been about since she was in secondary school, coolest yeah. Mom did I raise no fool, that would be foolish. What you mean? Going in, said you got a laser beam, you can't even afford a good pair of jeans like Creps. I got cream. What you mean? How they gonna lift my skirt when I never wear no dress? I know your girl's impressed, you can't warn me, it's too risky. I'm like whiskey, God forgive me if I burn his chest.
Yeah. Here he is, there like Bruiser. Where you been? Been minding mine, been blind to the BS, not watching or hearing it. Bruiser, dominating blows your nose. Bruiser, dominating blows your nose. Bruiser, that cat mic in my hand, dominating. Get me.
Serious, you're not serious. Family thing, yeah, fast and furious. Wanna get serious? Let's get serious. If not, I'll come to your raid. Quick on my J's, then spit in the raid like kicking the place. Spit in your face, no piss on your grave for the disrespect, cause I am serious. Boy, better know, heart your mouth. Nice, get down. Overproof bullets, I'm sending raw denim. Hit that black never gloves, never go again. From far, front of the car, back of the car, under the car. 28 shots from far when I'm moving the middle of the night. I'm still brimming at night.
Chatting and bragging about, yeah. Chatting and bragging about, one. Chatting and bragging about, wait. Chatting and bragging about, chatting and bragging about. Lyrically mean you want to clash, but you're gonna get tucked in. You don't want to war with it, you will get hit with it, yeah.
All we do, step on them in the missiles then show. When you see the anarchy walk through, big tune up and boy figure slow. Begging everybody for try this my gang, begging everybody for try this my crew. Telling everybody for don't step in my quarter, telling everybody for don't step in my show.
Yo, Stone Cold Quinger. Bun them, we never got pepper. Be a carbine when I put bars together. Hey, yo, the Grammy down there. Light whenever I work, no pressure. Murder, you know, say I'm my thing, we better. Shell a verse, grime thing, no acapella. Cause it cold like the UK, whether them dead.
Hey. Axum, big up yourself. It's your boy Jedi for Jedi Online, Triluminati Live, Red Pill, True Triluminati. Click, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live, and please put a number of your like in the chat, you know, like that. And yeah, I ain't got another tune lined up. Let me play one more tune, 2 more tunes. Yeah, man. These so like big up your chesticles. Axon, big up. London boy, big up, man. Please put the number of your like in the chat, man. I almost forgot that. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let me play this tune. What happened? Hey, this is the longest rolling of a spliff ever, man. Give me a second. Hey.
Pressure burst pipe, but it makes diamonds. When you're in the hood, you gotta stay violent. Every day, all I hear is Jake sirens. Talk and dead, you better stay silent. Mad up in the slums where they're giving us drugs and guns, but they never give us no guidance. We've been growing up in fucked up circumstances. Even though our parents tried and they worked the hardest, we still ended up with drugs and burner charges. All my friends lost friends, been broken hearted. In the ends, we're surrounded by a load of hardship. In my ends where I grew, all I know is darkness. And they wonder why my heart's so cold and hearted. I see a whole heap of pussy, pasta and carnage. I see gunman empty out the cartridge. I see people I grew up with in a casket. I see plenty of promises never lasted. I see poverty, people are still starving. They like robbery, niggas are still grafting. Stop where they started. Sometimes it feels so nostalgic. Yeah. Hey. Pressure burst pipe where it makes diamonds. Woo. When you're in the hood, you gotta stay violent. Every day, all I hear is Jake sirens. Talk and dead, you better stay silent. Mad up in the slums where they giving us drugs and guns, but they never give us no guidance. All we know is bandos, crowbars, swinging Rambos, running up in grow yards, getting dough fast. Usually it don't last, but if we don't grind, we don't stand no chance. Being poor really gave my niggas cold hearts. All the crime be the reason that we don't starve. Every day hustling's the culture. We just wanna shine like a diamond, like we're supposed to. I see a whole heap of snakes, rats and vultures. I see gunmen empty out revolvers. I see all heap of drug dealers and smokers. I see generals take orders from soldiers. I see all heap of dead faces on posters. All these youngers dying before their olders.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Sometimes it makes me feel hopeless.
What you been up to?
Pressure burst pipe where it makes diamonds. When you're in the hood, you gotta stay violent. Every day, all I hear is Jake sirens. Talk and dead, you better stay silent. Mad up in the slums where they're giving out drugs and guns, but they never give us no guidance.
One last spin.
Try stay away from drama.
Okay, work, yeah? You say you've been cooking up a new thing. Busy in the lab, hibernating since he's so light. Yeah, man, I hear ya, man. Ditto, been on the same shit. Yeah, man. Boom, 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 boom. Stay away from her, man. Property. Mother. The lyric is crazy. Man's getting called property out there. Alright, I play one last tune. Literally one last tune. Literally the last one. That's it, man.
Hey, I'm saying I need a remix for this whole level. Oh, yeah, go on. This Claddy remix. This is the remix. CC, like, this is the remix. I was looking out the window, you feel me? This is the remix. I was making trying to get the homies on, swinging for the fences. Used to make $1,000 sitting on the benches. Caught a hop, going for it like it's 4 inches. He was talking about bodies, put me in the Olympics, put me in the $1 million nigga parked in the trenches. When I was all in the mouth, I could have been a dentist. Y'all keep that shit on me, I won't be a victim. True like a red nose, I'ma tell them fuck them. Look, I ain't got oppas, I just got haters. Never tell a cop nothing, never give them data. When you a real motherfucker, you don't count favors. Pack 4 or 5 with the green laser. Mask on in the streets fighting like I'm Vega. Dark Vader, Luke Skywalker. Last op I call lacking, he in the Skywalker. Got a 6th sense, sometimes I hear the sky talking. I hate a hoe, I hate a bitter nigga. Hashtag watch your kid like a sitter nigga. See, I'm the type to hop out and go and get a nigga. I never seen a casket that can't fit a nigga. No cat, this shit feel like the Avengers or something like X-Men, Super First, Team USA.
Feel you, my nigga.
Mobsters,
Philly. When you on go, when we been on it, we stand on it. Well, he got 100 Muslim Makis in a pin on it. I'm always there when they call me, and your bro be on go too. I pull my hammer out and let her sit on it. Hood savior, streets love me, speak the hood's language. Keep the ladder on, my ops is getting niggas dangerous. Fireman, grab the pole because we live dangerous. Came up spitting old English, made the big beer famous. Freeze a link without be out, it's that feeling, ain't it? Yo, niggas wanna meet your maker, we can make arrangements. I'll be in Jamaica, sipping daiquiris with Maya. Then my shooter get the wire, second at your body, hit the pavement. Yeah, we used to hit the road to get the payment. Used to have to use the duffel bag to get the gauge. We still hit the road to get the dough, but we ain't pushing birds. Promoters pay me 80K for spoken word. Y'all bass pull up and let me poke they belly.
Yeah, freeway.
Every time y'all niggas stress them out.
Big up, man, like Silverside. Come on.
Then I reemerge, still destined for greatness, about to get the paper. We just
This for my niggas putting grams on the clock to get them out the trap. It's gonna be a standoff with SWAT. My last deal gave West 100 grand off the top. Ever see a grown man get ran off a block? Chill, wait, have you ever ran off of blocks? The whole city know you got bread on your top. Fuck that, tell me, ever had to hand off a Glock and don't feel no regrets when you hear all the shots? The streets made me what I'm running from. Heavy influence, see my homie with a rollie and I wanted one now. He on a tear eating honey buns. I'm still here, he know I got him like the gear when you bungee jump. It's Butch, I was in the game when y'all fronted in the lunch line, asking for change for 100. When it's crunch time, if the clip don't hang, I don't want it. Got a beam on the front, but can't aim with a button. Now I don't downplay this rap shit. That nigga's too street, huh? I'm on tour for like 2-3 months. Me and a fork versus a pop like a 2v1. Too many bricks, I called him and told him you keep some. Watching the YSL trial, duck the DA and the ATF. I'm worried about the IRS now. You could have paid me to go back. That's bullshit, nigga. I just was there with like 80 on my neck.
Yo, they trying to make bars irrelevant. Followers and likes are the new artist development. Know me, I stick to the element. Gun in the trunk, that's a damn near as big as an elephant. Put the cuffs on and they telling it. Who shot who and who got what and who's selling it. Niggas leaking fluid, see me getting to it. My man got an elbow and he ain't even do it. But try to understand me. Muzzle on the square, me a bag on your head, that's a duffel on your family. It could be a key an ounce. Hope you see it bounce. Till they let the bros go, may they free to count. Give a fuck how you feel about the old cats. I'm harder than the pedal to the shit on the road back. Nigga, I sold crack, whole lot. Down south, middle of the trenches, little niggas with gold caps. Cloth don't exist, hit the sauce on your bitch. Money ain't a thing, but it costs to be rich. Niggas only wanna hold a torch when it's lit. In time you realize he ain't awesome as this. You know me, wherever the work be. Celebrate me on my birthday, not when they murk me. From Wahlburger to Marion, we get it done, y'all niggas carry on.
Try to get the homies home, swinging for the fences. Used to make $1,000 sitting on the benches. Coulda hopped on for it like it's 4 for inches. You talking about bodies, put me in the Olympics. Put me in the $1 million nigga parked in the trenches. When I was all in the mouth, I could have been a dentist.
All right.
Like a red nose.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I hear you, man. All right, what we on? Yeah, so obviously, you know, I'm late to the party. Big up JD. Come on, man, like Southside in the building. Fling your numbers up for me, please, family, man. You know the tradition. I even forgot. But big up everyone that's hit the like button and put your number in the chat. The link is pinned to the thing, so feel free to jump up, come chat to me. Yes, man. JD, Southside. Welcome, man. So, yeah, man, I just plugged back in to the Matrix for a brief moment. Let me come chat to you lot. Let me chill with you lot, see what's good. I'm going to try to stream more regular, you know, just to keep the vibe alive. So, I know I've been gone for a minute and I've been sporadic, but I'm going to get some consistency. So, hopefully, daily or every other day, you're going to get some bits of streams. So make sure your notifications are turned on, innit? For Triluminati Live, man. Make sure your notifications are turned on. I've got big plans for the channel and whatnot, but we're just taking things in stages. You get me? Yeah. So what do I know? I know Donald Trump has been elected. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know what that means to you lot. Are any of you lot happy that Trump's in the building? Like, walk on. People saying it's because he's autistic. See, I didn't even see. Obviously, I ain't watched none of this, but I saw someone saying that my man done a Nazi salute. I just didn't pay no attention. But let's have a little chat about it, man. Let me catch up to speed about this world politics. I watched a very interesting video earlier talking about the end days and how they believe that basically we're further along in the stage of the end days than we realize, and they've hidden certain things happening. For instance, Jesus arriving, they've hidden that, and all of that part is kind of taking place already. And this is the little period of time where Satan gets to run around and do his thing, and how Trump is going to take us into the new golden age where everything starts going right. Do you know what I mean? Money starts making, yards start buying, businesses start booming. And the reason why he says that things are going to, and wars start ending, the reason why he says all of this, I'm going to play it. The reason why he says all of this is so that we can welcome in the new. No, actually, I'm lying. The reason why he says that we're all going to start doing better, the world's going to start doing better. And if you read the Bible, it talks about a time where it says peace. The world leaders say peace and security. Finally, peace and security. So what he's saying is all these wars are going to start getting squashed and whatnot. because there's a bigger war coming around the corner, and we need Zion, you know, come on, we need we need to have things that we're willing to fight and die for. Basically, if there was a big massive war right now when people ain't got shit and they're struggling, they're just like, fuck it, they're broken. So we need to build the people back up to a point where they're willing to fight and go to war against this incoming threat, whether it's going to be aliens, whether it's going to be some fake world war, whatever. It's a very interesting it's a very interesting thing. I want to play it in a minute. Let me just see what this dude is saying. You get me? Large up your Ross Clark self, Zion, yeah? Come on. Thank you for hitting the like button as well. So yeah, guys and girls, you know, I ain't been around for time, so I'm rusty. So there's no way I'm looking to chill up here on my J's for too long. So some of you, come and chat to me, please. Even if you're just popping in to say wagwan. Pop in and say wagwan. You get me?
Elon Musk is in the midst of a Nazi salute or autism scandal.
Oi! Are they playing with us? Are they Are they playing with us? Is it a joke? Are they just ramping? Look.
Elon Musk is in the midst of a Nazi salute or autism scandal.
Fuck yeah! What even was that? Cause what's he gonna? What was going on when he did that? Was there music playing? Was there like? What was happening when he made that?
Elon Musk is in the midst of a Nazi salute or autism scandal. You got people claiming that Meta is now forcing them to follow Donald Trump and banning liberal content. And Donald Trump signed an avalanche of day one executive orders that we're going to run through, including an attempt to kill birthright citizenship, with him immediately picking a fight with the Constitution. We're going to be talking about all that and even more on your brand new Franco show. You daily dive into the news, how it's being covered, and how people are reacting. So with that said, first up, let's talk about something that the internet's been debating nonstop for the past 24 hours, and that is, did Elon Musk just do a Nazi salute?
And this was no ordinary victory. This was a fork in the road of human civilization. Okay. This you know, there are elections.
Yeah, big up yourself, Droops. Yeah, we're about to go crazy. Apparently, I'm very tempted to play the other little documentary but let's get a flavor of what's going on.
The elections, they come and go. Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
It happened. Thank you.
The fuck is that? Cuz what is? It's no surprise that Trump revoked Biden's AI restrictions. We're done out here, for real. Trust me. And all this, did any of you believe that TikTok was going to be banned in the US? You know, if you heard me, if I was online, I would have been saying, come on, family. They're not going to delete the thing. Like, don't fall for this shit. It's just, so apparently, Donald Trump got the highest youth vote ever with something like 27 or 37%, right? So regardless, even if votes mean nothing or don't mean nothing, what it shows is the youth confidence in my man, or the youth voting. Now, the youth are voting for fucking TikTok, cuz we're living in a time where the availability of a social media app is a bargaining chip in the political mind of the youth. The youth, yeah, youth, man. You're youngsters, isn't it? Like, I would say whatever voting age is, 18, 21 to 20, whatever, you get me? The youth are voting for Trump because he's going to save Ross Clark TikTok. Do you see that? Do you see what a head fuck that is? That's crazy. He got all the money, but still can't get a decent haircut. The haircut's crazy. But all of that's on purpose. All of that quirky little shit is on purpose. Yeah, don't get fooled by the Boris Johnsons and the Bill Clintons and the quirky political celebrities, right? I should have trademarked or copywritten that term when I came up with it, political celebrities, because it's never been more true. But anyway, as I was saying, TikTok was like a bargaining chip to get the youth on the side of this man that's looking to stand up to no nonsense. Also, Donald Trump saying, look, we've had enough of pretending that a man's a woman and a woman's a man, and yada, yada, yada. We've had enough of, and then Elon Musk and that talking about lack of stopping censorship. It gives you that feeling like, yo, these guys are freeing shit up. They're turning the tables. And if you're into the two-party politics, if you're into the left side and the right side and the good and the bad and the blue and the red, then you're going to fall for that and be like, rah. TikTok does me heading. Have to dip my toe and leave it days before I go back. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Just got to get used to, well, you ain't got to do shit. Do what you're comfortable with. Do you know what I mean? If you're creating content and trying to ride the little social media wave and get something out of it, then you definitely would be in a good place to make yourself comfortable with both, I suppose, is what I'm saying. Long-winded shit, sorry. Two wings of the same bird, says John B. Man like John B in the building. Respect, King. Yeah. Right, he done another one. Man done double one.
I want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Wow. This is the noise.
Making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Right, so that was a video of Elon Musk speaking to Trump supporters at the Capital One Arena in D.C. yesterday. And with that, you saw a lot of people saying that Musk appears to be doing what's known as the Roman salute, which was used by Hitler, Mussolini, and other European fascists during the early 20th century. So, of course, it has widely become associated with Hitler, with it being used alongside chants, Heil Hitler and Sieg Heil. And also, since World War II, the salute has continued to be used by fascist, neo-Nazi, and white supremacist groups, which is why you had a lot of people on social media expressing concern about Musk's gestures, with many arguing that he was clearly doing a Nazi salute. And this is you also had some media outlets like The Guardian and the Israeli newspaper Haaretz running headlines describing Musk as doing what appears to be a fascist salute. Also, you had some historical experts chiming in, including a history professor at New York University who wrote, "Historian of fascism here, it was a Nazi salute and a very belligerent one too," as well as a historian who specializes in Nazism within the United States who posted, "Yes, I've seen the Elon Musk Sieg Heil," and adding, "My professional opinion is that you're all right. You should believe your eyes and you don't need me to tell you all what you already know is true." Beyond that, we saw a lot of left-leaning.
What do you lot think? My heart goes out to you guys. Man like Rascal, fucking Stopzilla, big at your chest. What do you lot think? What? Chevelington? Ah, my shining star.
Oh my God, Jesse!
My G.
My God, Elon Musk Nazi salute, Max Fury. Listen, when I saw the man go, I said, nah. I said, nah.
Come on. Let me sort out your sound. Talk to me. Nah, fuck it up. I fuck up your sound. Oh, I fucked it up. Talk to me.
Yo.
It's a bit choppy, but I'm just going to work with it. I ain't even complaining, man. It's good to hear from
you. Dang.
Well, come back, man. Yeah, go and come back.
All right.
Yes, man. Well, I can see why peeps think it's a salute. It's enough to take a second. All right, but what do you think it was? I hear that, but I want to know, Dupes, what do you think it was? Stop says he definitely did that. Silver, talk to me. Zion, what are you not saying? Deliberate, not deliberate? Yo.
You can't hear me?
One, check two, check three. Yeah, I can
anybody,
hear you.
Anybody can't hear me?
So,
but me can't hear nobody.
Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, man. You know it was Nazi salute when the ADL has to defend you. Jupiter thinks it was an innocent wave. Oi, Dupes, what? Jupes, are you pro Trump? Jump on, Jupes. Let me chat to you, man. Oh, it's a wind up. Man's doing Nazi salute to wind people up.
Okay. Possibly. Well, go on. Can you hear me now? Magic. Sorry.
Yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Elon Musk Nazi salute. Do you know what?
They said it wasn't. They didn't say it was a Nazi. They said it was like a, what do they call it? Roman thing. I heard it was like a Roman.
And then obviously the Nazi, but the Nazis took it over. So it's like gay used to mean happy, innit? It did used to mean happy.
Yeah, that type of okay.
Gay means happy, innit? You know what I mean?
Right.
But that thing been well and truly taken over. Like, you get me? But
doesn't over. I swear? But doesn't my man do it different?
Say that again.
Doesn't the Nazis do it a little bit different? Like, I swear they do it from a different. I swear it's from like the head top.
Okay, mate. Okay, listen. I ain't seen enough Nazis doing it to know if you can put a little lean to it and it still means the same thing. I don't know. You know, it's like when they say, "Yo, this ain't the devil sign," because I got the other finger up. I got 3 fingers up. It's not devil horns. It's I don't know if he's just putting a little noose. But him being a Nazi is not something that I'm necessarily entertaining. If we're talking about Nazis, what are we talking about? Are we talking about people that have a strong hate for the Jewish community? Are we talking about that? Because if that's what a Nazi is, then I don't believe Elon Musk is a Nazi. So I kind of hear where Jupes is saying, when she's saying, you know what, it's to wind people up, basically to get people talking. I don't know about it just being for just the enemies of Trump, but I hear you. He's doing it because he liked to be one of the bros. Jack's Law 2.0. Okay. What bros? What bros is it? Oh, the bros. What bros are you talking about? Doing it twice with chest. It was deliberate. It did look kind of.
European leaders also condemning.
It did. Let me just say it one more time, yeah.
So it's like the gestures.
I just want to see the gesture.
And the Musk on Musk.
And we'll move forward.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Yeah, because no one does that. No one does that. That's not a thing. My heart goes out to you, and like that's not a thing. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. Big up Trill Evolve. Come on. Yeah, I don't believe it's not a thing I recognize. It's not a gesture that I'm familiar with.
Musk speaking to Trump supporters at the Capital One Arena in D.C. yesterday. And with that, you saw a lot of people saying that Musk appears to be doing what's known as the Roman salute, which was used by Hitler, Mussolini, and other European fascists during the early 20th century. Though, of course, it has widely become associated with Hitler, with it being used alongside chants Heil Hitler and Sieg Heil. And also, since World War II, the salute has continued to be used by fascist, neo-Nazi, and white supremacist groups, which is why you had a lot of people on social media expressing concern about Musk's gestures, with many arguing that he was clearly doing a Nazi salute. And this is you also had some media outlets like The Guardian and the Israeli newspaper Haaretz running headlines describing Musk as doing what appears to be a fascist salute. Also, you had some historical experts chiming in, including a history professor at New York University who wrote, "Historian of fascism here, it was a Nazi salute and a very belligerent one too," as well as a historian who specializes in Nazism within the United States who posted, "Yes, I've seen the Elon Musk Sieg Heil," and adding, "My professional opinion is that you're all right."
Ricky Blue says Elon's facial expressions were suspect on that salute. I saw something that looked like he was gearing up to bust a move. It looked a little bit like he was gearing up to bust a little move. I can't lie to you. I can't lie.
You should believe your eyes, and you don't need me to tell you all what you already know is true. Beyond that, we saw a lot of left-leaning European leaders also condemning the gesture, this notably including the German health minister who tweeted such a gesture, given his already known proximity to right-wing.
I do know. Yeah, that's right. He's a supporter of Tommy Robinson on Twitter and all that. He remixed it. He's doing it to provoke people. That's my bet, Axum. He's doing it to provoke people. Yeah. Elon's also paying for Tommy's legal expenses. Can you imagine that? Yo, the world's a stage, man. So, is there anyone that's still buying the political process? Is there anyone that still believes you get who you vote for and they're in opposition to each other? Does anyone still believe that across the board in party politics? Let's talk about the US and the UK. Does anyone still believe in that process? Are we witnessing the process of democracy where people have voted for Donald Trump to get in, and he's got in, and he's brought Elon in as his little buddy, he's like, I've said this before, you know, he's like the modern day Merlin, you know, the aide, the magician, the magician sidekick that all these great kings have. You know what I mean? The mage, you know, the Merlin, the John Dee, the Abramovich. Well, he is West Coast. Oh. He knows what he's doing. He's got everyone talking about it now. There's agenda out here. All right, man. So, Axum, are you saying you still believe? Was that yep to my question? If you still believe in the two-party system and you believe that these guys were just voted in, and this is all like organic? I don't know. I know what I'm saying.
Populist in the fascist tradition.
Hit the like button, please, family.
And that was also a point we saw many others echoing, arguing that this gesture, that it can't be interpreted in a vacuum, but in the context of Musk's other actions and beliefs, with one article published in Time saying, Musk has previously been criticized for allowing pro-Nazi accounts to flourish on his platform and for posting right-wing memes and seemingly supporting anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, which led to an exodus of advertisers from X in 2023, and for recently supporting Germany's far-right populist AfD party, whose leaders have made anti-Semitic, anti-Muslim, and anti-democratic statements.
Okay, so you're trying to come across as your anti-Semitic. You're trying to play towards the anti-Semitic crowd or the anti-Semitic tone, but are you truly anti-Semitic? What I have very big doubts about that, but you know, I have very big doubts about that. You know. But he's obviously forming a pattern for people to see that I'm repping this side. I'm repping this side. Who's this? Man, like Ross Clark Cage. Wagwan Cage. What you saying?
Yeah, big up family. You know what I mean? How you been?
Yeah, man. Not bad, brother. How about you?
Same old, you know what I mean? We out here.
Say that again?
Saying same old, man.
Yeah. Okay, man. Yeah, man. Well, good to hear from you. I'm glad everything's cool. You're doing good. Where you at with this whole Trump thing? How are you feeling about that?
Bro, I got some advanced shit now to share if you'd like. You know what I mean? I can send you a link right now. You could talk to this shit live. Who do you want? You want Alex?
Are we talking about?
You can talk to yourself.
About Trump?
You can talk to yourself. You can talk to Trump.
Are you talking about Trump?
Anything.
No, we're talking about Trump. Yeah.
No, I'm saying
we're on the Trump subject right now, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you the link in the private. Right. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's nice. But have you got any words about Trump?
Bro, next pop it in there. You know, there's collusion. There's always someone happening in the background there.
When he took the trip to Israel, they stopped all the. Now he supports Robbie. And Robbie is obviously backed by a group of people offshore, you know what I'm trying to say? In a
according to the ADL. And this, as others have pointed to, right-wing extremists, white supremacists, and neo-Nazis online openly celebrating the gesture across the internet. But of course, while all of that is happening, there are plenty of people defending Musk, arguing that the gesture was not a Nazi salute, with many arguing that Musk was just trying to do a hand gesture for "my heart goes out to you," but it just came out awkward because he has Asperger's. And among those, you had a history professor at Maryville College in Tennessee who wrote, "I have criticized Elon Musk many times for letting neo-Nazis pollute this platform, but this gesture is not a Nazi salute. This is a socially awkward autistic man's wave to the crowd where he says, 'my heart goes out to you.'" As well as seeing the opinion editor at Newsweek who posted, "As a person with a strong track record of criticizing Elon Musk, I feel extremely confident asserting that this was not a Nazi salute. Elon Musk is a friend to the Jews. This is a man with Asperger's exuberantly throwing his heart to the crowd. We don't need to invent outrage." You also had right-leaning outlets like Fox News painting this whole thing as false liberal outrage. But also, most notably, you have the previously mentioned ADL, right, the Anti-Defamation League, which has long been a leading source in interpreting and defining hate speech, arguing this was not, in fact, a Nazi salute, with them posting a statement reading, "This is a delicate moment. It's a new day, and yet so many are on edge. Our politics are inflamed, and social media only adds to the anxiety." It seems that Elon Musk made an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not a Nazi salute. But again, we appreciate that people are on edge, with them then adding, "In this moment, all sides should give one another a bit of grace, perhaps even the benefit of the doubt, and take a breath. This is a new beginning. Let's hope for healing and work toward unity in the months and years ahead." Then you also had a ton of people slamming the ADL for their response, and that included major names like Representative Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, with AOC posting, "Just to be clear, you are defending a Hail Hitler salute that was performed and repeated for emphasis and clarity." Continuing, "People can officially stop listening to you as any sort of reputable source of information now. You work for them. Thank you for making that crystal clear to all." You also had political commentator Hassan Piker getting into the mix, sharing a tweet with screenshots of the gesture and the ADL's response and writing, "Come on, man." With Hassan, to a certain degree, also becoming part of the story because the video where he saw the gesture and reacted to it went massively viral.
Did he just sig Heil?
It is thanks to you that the future of civilization.
And then also in another tweet, he wrote, "It's okay though, he's pro-Israel. Don't worry, guys." Now, with all that said, as far as how Musk himself has responded, he's been replying to several different posts about the controversy, thanking the ADL for its statement, mocking AOC, and agreeing with a post that read, "Can we please retire the calling people a Nazi thing?" With Elon then echoing that comment on a post of his own writing, "Frankly, they need better dirty tricks. The everyone is Hitler attack is so tired." But ultimately, that is where we are on this one. And so with it, I got to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? And I'm very interested because really, depending on where you go on the internet, there are drastically different opinions and reactions to this whole situation. But then let's talk about something I got so many messages about over on our text line, 813-213-4423. And that involved the news and the question, is Meta and specifically Instagram suppressing searches of Democrat-related content now?
Right,
and that because last night...
We don't care about that. I'm going to get to the other thing.
All right, hold on, Jedi, I'm not trying to interrupt or anything. But can you please...
You are interrupting, but talk.
I'm saying, can you please fucking... I put it in the private. Talk to that, and you're gonna mind blow the entire panel and everything. It's gonna be something different. You know what I mean? If you want to play with this shit, look, go show them this is nothing really. Who do you want to talk to? You want Elon? You want Joe Rogan? You want yourself? We can make you talk to yourself. It's been there, done.
Yeah, I get that AI and all that. That's great, man. That's
amazing. But you know how you're talking to me. You can have a real response and tell any information, actually dig and get into something deep. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, just try it, please.
Why don't you do it and share your screen or something then?
All right.
Do all this on your phone?
Okay, I can. Hold on. But here, I'll come onto my computer. Give me a second here. Yeah, I'll do it on my end, and then you can see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's better. That'll work better, bro.
That's better, right? So I gotta show you what the technology is, right? First. Okay.
So check this now.
I want you to get together.
Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? So today is going to be a bit of a another rant by me, I suppose. You guys seem to like these for some reason. I have no idea why, but it's Tuesday afternoon. I have a cup of coffee in a new thermal flask. Hopefully it won't go cold this time while I talk to you guys. And I guess I just want to talk about the current thing, because right now everyone's going a little bit crazy in America because Trump has just got into power, officially speaking. And there was a huge build-up to this where everyone was adamant something drastic is going to happen to stop Trump from getting into office. You know? And I think the worst thing we saw was the YMCA being performed. Odd and comical, to say the least. And again, in the build-up to this, I think many people who haven't really been following the trends like we have in a conspiratorial sense, the normies, we'll call them, they've kind of been swept up in the whole left-wing, right-wing ideology thing.
I'll come back to this because Cage has got something he wants to show us. All right, Cage, let's go.
Yeah. Joe Rogan, could you say hi to Trill? We're on Trill Illuminati YouTube Live right now. Could you say hi to everybody, please?
Sure, I'd be happy to say hi to everyone on Trill Illuminati YouTube Live. Hi, everyone.
It's the wrong fucking voice. Fuck off. The voice waffled. It waffled the voice up for a second there. But yeah, you can do anyone. This is Professor J's fucking bullshit. But yeah, watch, hold on. We'll make this bitch repeat it again, but we need the real Joe Rogan voice, right?
Welcome, innovator.
Joe Rogan. We got the proper voice.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the intro for Trill Illuminati?
Sure. What would you like to know about aluminum?
You guys pissing me off. You remember OTW? Remember you went out to these, remember this shit cross? Hey, OTW. Remember when Trill Illuminati and somehow you guys all got maced together? Can you tell us about like esoteric reality? OTW.
Esoteric reality refers to the belief that there is a hidden or secret aspect of reality that is not immediately apparent to ordinary perception. This often involves the idea that there are hidden meanings, symbols, and truths behind the physical world, and that certain individuals or groups possess specialized knowledge or perception that allows them to access this hidden dimension. Esoteric.
Okay, yeah, no, that's dope, man.
We need Alex Jones. Alex Jones, can you create a
So it's
YouTube...
basically Chat GPT with
Yes, how can I
voice.
assist you?
That's dope, man.
All right, Alex Jones, can you please create... We're actually live right now to a bunch of people. We're on Trill Illuminati's YouTube show. Can you create an intro for Trill Illuminati as Alex Jones?
Sure, here's a potential intro for Alex Jones as a true Illuminati. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the real deal, Alex Jones. With his eagle eye for the truth and his unwavering commitment to exposing the powers that be, Alex Jones has become a legendary figure in the world of conspiracy theories. But what if we told you that...
All right, now he's up with
talking about
that
himself,
bullshit,
bro.
Alex Jones. We're not talking about you, Alex. We're talking about Trill Illuminati. So make that an intro for Trill Illuminati. Fuck off with your bullshit.
Apologies, I misunderstood your request. Here's an alternate intro for a true Illuminati. Welcome to the world of the secret society that controls everything behind the scenes, the Illuminati. For years, they have operated in the shadows, pulling the strings of power and manipulating events to their liking. But what if we told you that they have a spokesperson, a leader who has been speaking out against them all along? It's not Alex Jones. Join us as we delve deeper into the mysterious world of the Illuminati.
All right, so it's definitely not Alex. That's Jedi. So let us know what Jedi in this thing you're talking about, please.
Could you please provide more context for your question? I'm
talking about Jedi in Trill Illuminati. You know all about it. Don't bullshit me, buddy.
Okay, apologies for the misunderstanding. Let's try this intro for the Illuminati Jedi. What if I told you that the Illuminati was secretly composed of Jedi warriors who use the Force to maintain control over the galaxy? Introducing the Illuminati Jedi, a group of Force users who have been behind the scenes for thousands of years, manipulating events and maintaining order in a way that the general public could never imagine. From manipulating politicians and influencing war, controlling the media and the financial system, the Illuminati Jedi are a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, God.
Great stuff. I think Jedi wants to talk to you now. Can you welcome Jedi to the panel?
Sure, I'll welcome Jedi to the panel. Here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jedi to the conversation. Jedi, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. Thank you.
You're welcome.
God.
I'm glad Jedi loves it, even if he is British. We welcome all opinions here.
Bro, man knows I'm British. That's some scary shit. Yo, Alex, why did you mislead the nation about Sandy Hook?
I apologize if there was any confusion.
Uh-oh.
It cut it off.
What's happened?
It cut it off.
Oh.
Hold on. What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Albans, repeat
Big up, Dupes.
Repeat the last thing you were saying, please.
Yeah.
I apologize if I missed something. Could you please repeat your previous statement?
I asked you, why did you mislead people about the nature of the Sandy Hook tragedy that took place in America? Why did you mislead the people into believing it was a hoax? Are you an agent of misinformation?
So again, you shut it up twice.
Say nothing.
Hold on. What do you mean saying nothing? Why is it doing that? I apologize. Can you tell us why Sandy Hook misled people when it came to the Sandy Hook incident?
I'm not sure what you mean.
It did it again, man.
All right, cool, man. Yeah. So you've been having fun with that, yeah? So it's basically ChatGPT. All right. Listen. It's basically ChatGPT, and it can impersonate people. It's got a bank of voices that it can impersonate to basically give you an AI generated
bro, you want to learn something, question, bro? Right? Bro, you want to learn something here? We got fucking Manly P. Hall. Hey. Yo, Manly P. Hall. Tell these guys what time it is. Tell them about the esoteric nature of time. What time it is? It is 2:58 Eastern time. Yeah.
It's sad. You're gonna start making love to them when they make dolls, bro. I can just tell.
Bro, all of us, we got British people wanting to rape Manly P. Hall. How's that gonna work?
What? Bro.
Thank you for your message. It's always gratifying to hear that someone appreciates the content and effort we put into our work. If you have any further queries or insights to share, please don't hesitate to ask.
That doesn't sound like him. That doesn't sound like him.
I'm sorry if my response didn't meet your expectations. Can you please clarify what you were hoping for so I can better assist you?
Manly P. Hall. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How can I assist you?
This is dead food, man. This is dead food. This is dead food. Why would I speak to an AI generated version of you? Surely you don't possess the wisdom that the soul belonging to Manly P. Hall does. Like, what's the point of this?
I don't know. I'm beginning to feel a bit insulted. You're blowing out your panelists for a fucking...
While it's true that as an AI language model, I don't possess emotions or sentience in the way humans do, I am capable of engaging in intelligent conversations based on my training data set. My responses are generated based on patterns and associations in the language data I was trained on, and I don't have personal experiences or conscious thoughts like a human. If you have any questions or want further information, I'm here to assist you.
All right, now you can chill out, man, and just listen. Yeah, so Dupes.
Yeah.
How you doing? You all right? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm still fighting the good fight, even though, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how it is with the Trump.
So I was wondering, like, what's your stances on Trump? And I feel like you are pro-Trump, right?
I'm pro-Trump as opposed to Biden. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, the lesser of two evils, if you want to use that thing. Look, I like Trump, but would I want him as a president in my country? I'm not so sure.
Would you have voted for, if you was an American citizen, would you have voted for Trump?
If I had the choice between Kamala and Trump, yes.
Okay. Okay.
But if there'd been someone better on the
What's your
opposing
concerns
side,
about Trump? What is it? What are you concerned about when it comes to Donald Trump?
what are my concerns about Trump? I don't know. I mean, he's a good businessman, isn't he? And he says all the right things, but I don't know, just like everybody else, I suppose, is there something in the background where once there's enough power, they are going to become... Because he's already kicking out legals, which I don't have a problem with. But is it going to become more racialized than what it needs to be? Yeah.
Bro, put my background imagery back on there. I had a good background for everybody. The fuck, man. As soon as I went to
Okay,
switch it.
so
Good job.
I'm gonna show something else, kid. So just hold on. We done your little AI thing. I'm saying don't get an AI sex doll. You'll be lost to reality forever, man. You're fucking you're entrenched in that shit.
And oh no, it's literally Hitler getting into power type stuff, you know. And
this man's got interesting theories, you know. I think
it's nonsense, you know. It's not the same thing at all. But they've always kind of been there. But obviously, there's been this anti left wing sentiment kind of growing.
Zulu, jump on
because
for a second,
they've
man.
had the reins for so long that everyone's kind of sick of it. So now the pendulum's swinging the other way, you know, and we're seeing it. We're going to see the other side take hold now, and
yeah,
it's going to seem like a bit of a sigh of relief, isn't it, from most people? Because the silent majority has been under the thumb of the incredibly loud minority for so long, imposing these horrible anti-scientific type of ideologies onto us and forcing us to comply or else losing our livelihoods. All that kind of nasty stuff has been going on, you know, since 2016 onwards. And everyone's sick of it now, and now our man's back in power, and he's going to make things perfect again, and everything's going to change for the good.
True.
And it does seem like that has been starting to happen, doesn't it?
Are we getting anything like that in the UK? Like a turnaround?
I think there's pushback going on. I think that what with the grooming gangs being exposed by Elon Musk, I mean, look, they were exposed a long time before.
Yeah.
But Elon Musk has shone the light again in such a wider way that the pressure from America and the wider international audience has made them sit up, hasn't it?
Made who sit up?
The governments and that. You know, they've had to... And I'm hoping...
Which government? The UK government?
In Britain. In Britain.
It's sitting up to what? To the fact that there's grooming gangs in the north of England?
No, I think that they know that, but the fact that they're going to have to take some accountability.
Big up, Bibby. That's okay, cool. So the pressure is coming via X, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And I don't think that's a bad thing, Jedi, because personally, what I believe is that, okay, we've got grooming gangs up and down the country, and the reasons for that should be found out why. But I think it's going to connect into a whole web of paedophilia through the elites as well. And it's all, well, that's already started to be exposed anyway. Have you seen the list of the that's been going out on all the politicians on X?
No.
With the amount of them that were sitting in council positions that were involved in...
I've been pointing this out. You should see how many people got nated and people that are in, you know, it's not just left or right politics. They're all in this kind of weird shit.
That's what I'm saying, the elites. I said the elites.
Yeah,
I didn't say
exactly.
one or the other.
What are they doing? They're doing some sort of sexual magic. They're doing sex magic like Crowley.
But are we ever going to get it completely cleared out? I doubt it very much. I think we have to be realistic. If we have got elites with loads of money that are involved in paedophilia, what they're busy doing at the moment is choosing their scapegoats.
I have an amazing video to play about that, and it brings up proof of so many
we could
different
talk.
people.
Like, I like we've already got a video we're kind of going through, but we could definitely talk. Do you know what I mean? And you can maybe like highlight some of the points in the video, then we check it out a bit later or something. But we're not just gonna really just be playing loads of links that you just come up with. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather have the conversation because then what's the point of jumping on the panel?
Though, like, it could go somewhere. Like maybe, you know, it's easy. Anyone can say anything, right? But if you bring actual succinct facts, you know, people are doing their own research and find out that it's completely true. There's too many different things that go on, right? So it's easier to show some.
So what do you think about the end of days? Both of you. What's your opinion on the end of days, like the biblical end of days, Armageddon? Do you think that's something? Is that something you guys believe in?
Well, I'll tell you right now, that's a bunch of nonsense. Everybody, their physical body is gonna fucking perish. Everybody, stop being a bitch about it. Second of all, that's what they use. They use that fear, right?
All right, and Jupes, what do you think?
I'm going to answer it, but this is really funny, Jedi, because do you remember the first time I jumped on your show? It was by phone, and this was the question I asked you.
No.
Do you remember?
No.
You don't remember it. So, for me, I think that there's a story, a prophecy in Revelations and in the end of days with the Muslims that overlap each other. But a lot of people say that they're different. They're not actually different. They're just from different perspectives. A bit like one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, right?
Right.
And this is the question I keep asking myself. Is there a group of people deliberately manipulating the religious sects, all Abrahamic faiths, by making it look like Revelations is coming about? Or is it organically coming about and that's how it was going to be done?
You know it ain't organic.
And do you believe in the end of days? MC Nemesis?
Hello.
MC Nemesis, do you believe
really
in the
brought
biblical
this
end of days?
You really brought this.
Hold on, Cage. Just be quiet, please.
Are you kidding?
Yo, MC Nemesis.
Yeah, be quiet, Cage.
What's your views on the biblical end of days?
Well, I believe that it's playing out right now. I mean, the Revelation says when the Lord blows his trump. I mean, it literally says Trump in the Bible.
You're such a fucking stupid brainwashed.
What in the world, Cage?
You're inbred.
I'm not inbred.
That was funny.
I'm not inbred.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not inbred.
Cage, don't get triggered, man. Because you're just as bad.
I know, but yeah.
No, Cage. This is fucking. Let's just give it a rest now, man. It's too much confusion. Right, yeah, sorry. You were saying dupes?
Yeah, so look, there's definitely something going on where it looks like Revelations is coming about. And what I'm saying is it true or is it man-made? I tend to lean on the fact that I think it's being man-made. But I could be wrong, could be proven to be wrong.
Okay, but do you believe, whether it's man-made or not, do you believe in the what do you call it, the end of days in the Bible? Whether what's happening now is man-made or not, do you believe in what's foretold in the Bible, in Revelation, I suppose?
I suppose if I was have to be absolutely truthful, no. Because, look, I look at the Bible and I think it's got some good philosophies in it. I think all religions have got some good philosophies in it. But the way that I look at all religions and scriptures is that mankind's been around a very long time. And we know that none of us are perfect. No man is perfect. And that things have been altered. And we can't guarantee that what's written in there is the absolute truth. So I find it interesting to look at and compare with comparisons, and when people say there's signs and looking at stuff like that, a bit like astronomy and all stuff like that. But do I absolutely 100% believe it? No.
Interesting. All right, let me play a little bit more of what this geezer's chatting about.
I don't know the validity of it, but my wife was playing some clip and Donald Trump was talking. And I think he said it's the official policy of the USA now to say there are only two genders. I don't know if that was AI or real. I don't know. Please confirm. I've not done my due diligence and looked into that. But the fact that if that's true, if they're saying stuff like that out loud now, then yeah, we are definitely seeing a pendulum swing, aren't we? And that was always going to be the case. Because I think people don't realize, the normies, that this is kind of the plan. You know, they've created chaos for a good 8 years now, where they've made life significantly worse for a lot of people, while also destroying the lives of many others who fell for their awful ideologies. So both sides are unhappy. Those who followed the ideologies have been severely let down and in some cases mutilated. And those who were under the thumb of that particular social justice ideology were oppressed and had their livelihoods taken away and are just generally sick of it as well. So both sides have been burned by the chaos. So now it's time for the solution, you know, and the phoenix that will rise out of the ashes of the social justice warrior warfare will be whatever's coming around the corner now. And make no mistake, that has always been the plan. That is the playbook that has been in play since the beginning of left-right politics. Nothing new under the sun, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So I'm kind of not bothered about any of this, and I'm not like trying to fall into the political game, which is all too easy to do, especially over the last 10 years. I know I had times where I was sucked into the politics thing, and then once it's all come and passed and blown over, you realize it was a huge nothing burger, as some Americans out there like to say, you know, and it all amounted to nothing other than I wasted my time following any of it, as though it was some change was going to happen or it meant anything at all. And I am now firmly in the grounds of it's all Masonic theater. All of it. It's all there
I agree.
to entertain you, to entrap your mind, to keep your attention focused on things of no importance.
And that that doesn't mean that it's not true either. Just because it is deliberate theater doesn't mean that there's not, like, it's not really shit that's happening or whatever. But the overall intention of all of this is just to keep us fucking busy. Do you know what I mean? Nothing moves except for in the direction that they want it to, and that's just it. It doesn't matter. We're literally just engaged. Like, and I've said this from a long time, and I've believed this for a long time, but it's never been. You know, like you have to you have to challenge your beliefs. You have to be open-minded. So I always consider all available options.
Yeah, but you know what?
Right? Let me just finish saying this. Let me just finish saying this. Like, so even though I've always had that stance or held that belief that this is all like a pantomime, politics is a pantomime, voting's a pantomime, this and that, the wars, the news headlines, whatnot, the social consciousness is being manipulated.
Yeah.
But at times I've doubted or whatever, or I've looked in other directions, but it's never been more real and more stark and more obvious than now that whoever you think you're voting for, whatever you think you're engaged in and bothered about, it's all a massive distraction. That's where I am now. So I fully resonate with what this brother's saying. Sorry, Jukes, what was you going to say?
So I just think, I look at it a bit like a board game. We all know that we're going to get to, imagine there's a round board game, right? And you've got different pathways into the center, but you can zigzag into a different pathway. And I just think that
while they continue pushing,
I just think that for every individual, that all it is really is we're all going to end up wherever they want us to end up, at whatever goal they want.
Is there any other option?
Exactly, but the only choice you've got is how you do it. So you could, I don't know, you know.
What a big point! What a big point!
You know, but what path? How long your path is, or how short your path is up to you.
But we're getting there. We're going there. We're getting there. Do you know what I mean? We're going there. X marks the spot. This is where we're headed. And don't matter who you vote for, Don't matter who you fight for, who you protest for, what you post or what you teach your kids. We're going in this direction.
Yeah, there's definitely an agenda.
And
I would say that
I feel like with this whole whatever they're calling gender politics or whatever, I think they have definitely shown. If you didn't believe that, like Hollywood and films and whatever was like, what's the word? Scripted or guided in a certain direction to influence the way people believe, thought and believed and acted and behaved, right? If you never believed that before, in the last 8 years, especially if you've got kids, you are in no doubt that they're putting stuff in these programs like no man's business. And you can't even watch a normal program without there being some kind of funny. You're waiting for it. You're waiting for the scene. You're waiting for the character. You're waiting for something to come out. Get me? Where you're like, aha. And because we know statistics, we can say that statistically, there's groups of people and behaviors and actions and lifestyles that are being overrepresented deliberately. For what purpose? So it's never been more easy to catch on to the fact that, hold on, they actually do use all this shit just to program me and my kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's really cruel what's happened in the last few years, to be honest. I think there must be people actually getting off on the cruelness, because they've literally had every group arguing with every group. But we're actually getting to the dangerous levels of revelations, if you want to call it that now, where, I mean, for example, have you seen Resistance GB interview with Andrew Bridgen? You know who he is, don't you?
No, I don't know who Andrew Bridgen is.
Right, he's an ex-conservative. He's come out in alternate media and put it on the record that he reported children being flown into this country for paedophilia. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the words. Yeah, sorry. I have a bad habit of that, Jedi. It's not done on purpose.
You do. Like, because
anyway, but children flown in, and that when they're finished with them, they've been sending them off, selling them for harvesting organs.
Wow.
I can get you that now if you want to look at that in a little while.
And where was he in the Conservative Party? Was he known? Did you know who he was before this?
Yeah. He's an ex-conservative, yeah. He's a well-known figure. And if you see the state of him when he's saying it, you can see this stuff has been weighing heavy. And in a way...
Did he go to the police?
He says he did, and they've done nothing. That's what I'm saying, Jedi. We're at the levels now where so much is going to be exposed, but are we going to be able to get our heads around it? Because the implications of what's coming out now is scary.
Well, I don't know about it being scary. I feel like each day the need for me to speak becomes less and less. The need for me to speak about these things become less and less because they become more and more obvious. So, do you know what I mean? Like, but I say that basically meaning it's been a long time that people have had this information, man. I ain't done nothing extra special to get most of this information.
No, but it's having the proof.
It's been out there. Yeah, but it's like the proof is only to satisfy your trivial little grasp on a glimmer of hope that shit ain't true. Because once you come across the information, once it hits home, you see there's enough information out there for it not to be a doubt.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I suppose if you can look at it.
Yeah, we hold on to the fact that maybe this is all bullshit. But you knew, and how many people suffer while we pretend we didn't know? Because all this is gonna come out, then everyone's gonna act surprised.
But let me see if I can get the thing for you, so that you can watch it later. And I'll tell you the timestamp as well.
And their agenda forward. And also to get you locked into a narrative which you feel like you are genuinely a part of, to keep forwarding that agenda and for you to agree with it. And people will argue, I can hear them screaming now, Trump's a good guy. He's on our side. He's our man on the inside now. He's going to make things wonderful for us all. The good people can win sometimes too, you know. It's not all just the bad people winning all the time. You got to believe that God's in power, you know, and good people will also beat the bad sometimes. And this is what's happening right now. This is a win for us. We need to take it. Blah 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 blah. Grow up. No, that's not what's going on here. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, if you genuinely believe that, then I would say you've fallen significantly short of your research and you need to go and hit the books. If you're just a normie saying that, I'm not surprised. You know, of course you're going to believe that's the case because that's the point. It's time to give you something that you're not willing to lose, something worth protecting. You're going to start getting those things now. You're going to get a home, you're going to get stability, you're going to get good credit, you're going to get wealth, you're going to get land, maybe, you're going to get a family, you're going to get all the things you've ever wanted now under this new current thing, leadership position that we've been given, you know. And we're going to see a golden age arise, as Trump has promised. Yes, you're going to get all these things. It's time now. You've had all the suffering, and now it's time for the reward. And you're going to be given something worth protecting. And the reason why you're going to be given those things is because there's a war coming in the future. A big one. A really big war. Bigger than any war you've ever imagined in your entire life. More psychedelic and trippy and interdimensional than you can ever imagine in your entire life. In fact, what's coming is the final great white throne war of Gog and Magog, in which the camp of saints is surrounded. And then fire rains down from heaven. A huge army is being gathered in this time. But to get people to join an army and fight, you need to give them something worth fighting for. Something worth protecting. Something they're not willing to.
What do you think about what you're saying?
And right now, we have lived, generationally speaking, maybe the millennials and younger generations can feel this more than older generations, like the Gen Xers and the boomers, perhaps. But we have been living in the consequences of the excess of the older generations. And that isn't their fault either, because they were also sold a pack of lies and believed that credit and debt was a good thing and all the rest of it, you know, and that things were in abundance and they were allowed to do those type of things. So I'm not blaming them. But we are now living in the time of inflation and, you know, you will eat the bugs and have nothing and be happy type of era, you know. It's kind of over the top threats like that have been made to us for the past 5 years that now this has happened. Someone like Trump has got into power who has the complete opposite view of that attitude. He's like, you can have your steak and have the whole cow while you're at it type of attitude, you know. It's we're seeing that swing from that drastic, awful, draconian, communistic, minimalistic, you are a scourge, cancer on the earth type of attitude, leadership. Now it's going towards the have it all, have everything you want type of leadership, freedom for everybody, freedom for all. It kind of seems excessive now that they were trying to push bugs on us in that way. And you realize, well, that's because they were doing it on purpose. It was supposed to sound outrageous. It was supposed to be ridiculous. It was supposed to get you angry. It was supposed to make you riled up and want something different and something better. And if you don't know how Masonic theatre works, it's all black and white. You have bad people who are playing the role of the villain. Then you have the heroes who play the role of those in power who are going to make things better, who are making for change. It's theatre. It's the black versus the white. It's the left versus the right. You need to know this. It's time to just snap out of it. Because yes, whatever's going to happen now is going to happen now. There isn't going to be a huge disaster before Trump gets into power from the bad guys to stop him and all this type of stuff. But the threat of that happening is what kept people
were talking about Trump like it was Jesus, boy.
Anything could happen at any moment. You know, we'll fake an attempt on his life, shall we?
See it there, and that little assassination thing was fucking booky. I don't give a fuck. I'm not even asking anyone. I'm telling. The assassination thing was super booky. Do you know what I mean? Come on, man. What in the ear grazing sniper rifle bait on the roof.
Well, we've been told by Dominic Cummings that it's all theatre. So that's, if it's all theatre over there, it's going to be all theatre over there, isn't it?
Who's Dominic Cummings? Pause on his name.
He was in our government, Tory government.
Listen, I don't know anyone. I had to, every time I try to recall Keir Starmer's name and face, I've got to proper do a mental exercise. It's like I blocked his face and his name up. Keir Starmer, that. So I don't know any politicians really, except for the old school lot, really.
But he's come out to say that basically all their meetings and that are pre-scripted and everything else, and that there's a hidden hand controlling us, and which is what everybody's been suspecting for a long time.
From day one.
Yeah. So
I've told you already. Anyone that listens to me or tuned into anything that I'm part of, at some point I will mention that this is just controlled demolition. Like I've said from the beginning, it's just controlled demolition. They're just exposing themselves left, right, and center for the public to finally see the facade, and then to collectively want to choose something totally new and different. And we're gonna go in a new direction.
Yeah,
get me?
I reckon that's true.
Right? Gonna be some next shit now. This is where I don't know. And in the midst of this, say Jesus really comes. Half of us are waiting for him to be Project Bluebeam. Do you know what I mean? This is these are demons pretending to be Jesus. No, this is a hologram. It's mad. Yeah.
I think if there is such a thing, if there really is a Jesus coming, or some sort of like superior Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, I think you'd know. I think
that's what the Bible says. You'll know, but then
I think you'll know.
These lot have got patterns on things that make you think you're having a godly spiritual experience.
True.
They can put voices in your head that sound like they're coming from inside your head.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They got patents on that.
That's fucking mental. I didn't believe that.
Yeah. They got patterns on that. They got patterns on this this spray or whatever that'll trigger off parts of your brain and make you the same parts of your brain that trigger off when you think you're having a spiritual experience. They got all this shit, man. They got all crazy stuff.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. They got bombs that turn the fighters gay and that.
I don't know how that's going to help them win.
Go and look it up. Go and look it up. Yeah. They got the patents for all this technology. You know what I mean?
Point to galvanize people as well, and we saw that happen with the whole, that thing. And then, this will rile up the Christians while they're at it, and they're going to think he could be the Antichrist, the mark of the beast. Who knows? It's going to confuse matters. And confusion was the name of the game, still is the name of the game. And you're going to have this, people are going to be like, he's promising so many good things, but I don't know if I can trust him because he got the head wound and survived. It's kind of, we're all being mixed up, lied to and gaslit left, right, and center when it comes to politics. And that's what it happens to you when you get involved in that and you follow it. You never really know where you stand or who to trust or what to believe, but you keep going along with it anyway because you're kind of locked into their narrative now. And it's a really messed up psychological warfare type of game when you start getting into their politics and you start watching the Masonic theater. Don't do it. Unplug, switch it off. Don't get involved. Don't let them get your focus and attention and energy on them. Don't let them do it. They're stealing time from you. That's all they're doing. So he's in power now. What have we seen him do? He's given TikTok back to the people. And it's funny because my wife predicted this was going to happen like days ago. She said TikTok's going to get banned and Trump's going to bring it back. And then there's going to be some kind of weird buyout involving with Meta in the future as well, once all this pans out as well. So maybe let's see if she's right about that final prediction. But she was bang on there about Trump is going to give TikTok back to the people and save TikTok, and that's going to win the youth vote. and keep them loyal to him, you know.
Like, come on.
And lo and behold, she was saying, yep, loads of people are making videos and comments now saying, let's thank Trump. We need to thank him. We need to, all of us were wrong and all this type of thing. Those videos are out there actually happening and circulating. And they bought it hook, line, and sinker now. And now Trump's their hero too. He's finally got the youth on his side too, you know. And it's kind of, he was bragging, wasn't he? Some like 37-point youth vote. It's never happened before in history for the Conservatives and for the Republicans. And it's kind of how incredible this is. You know, change is here. People are on our side finally.
TikTok, you know.
But all of this is just a counter reaction to the counter culture that was around over the last decade. Now it's rebellious to be right wing and conservative rather than being hyper liberal and communistic in a sense, you know, and all focused on the rights of the individuals. Rather than the good of the collective, I suppose, in some weird way. It's confusing because you find there's not really much difference between the left and the right other than semantics when you really get down to it, because as I've just kind of explained there inadvertently, which is why it's best just to get above it all and get right with God, get to know Jesus, understand this is a fight. The real only thing that really matters is the eternal kingdom and what comes after all of this. You can't build treasures up here that you can't take them with you, you know. So it's kind of, don't focus too much on these things.
Yeah.
So it just said all that, right? Which I go along with, and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, I see what you're saying. And then he says, get right with Jesus. Isn't that a little bit hypocritical? Because then he's getting back into the mindset of being indoctrinated into an Abrahamic faith, which you are going to believe Revelations is coming about. Therefore, you're going to believe all the stuff that he's just said.
No, I think he would further explain his stance. But I think, yeah, he's definitely a Christian. He definitely believes in the end days kind of thing. But I think his stance is a little bit different. Yeah, he's going to
in comparison to what's truly going on. Now, along with Trump getting his power back and reclaiming his crown and getting on that throne, he's been talking about annexing and creating a larger American continent of Greenland and Canada as well.
Yeah, you heard about that.
Yes, only slightly though. I'm not really up to scratch.
Yeah,
on
apparently just talking about extending the American border all the way to Greenland, basically through Canada and Greenland, and then there was even jokes about making Mexico part of it. But it's interesting. He's trying to get. He's showing his interest going further up north. Especially with all the Russia stuff going on and that. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
I wonder why he'd want all that land unless he knew there was a pole shift or something coming. I mean, a proper pole shift.
Do you know what? I think my dog's trying to tell me that she needs to go shit, you know.
Because at the moment it's inhabitable, but maybe he knows that at some point it's going to be habitable.
Greenland is Danish, yeah?
I think they've all got a little part of it, and that area up there, they've all got a little part up at the North Pole and stuff. But if he's going to start,
however that's going to pan out, just like Fallout, that's literally the plot of the video game Fallout, where America annexes Canada before the Chinese War, before the American-Chinese War kicks off, you know. And it's kind of, is that what's coming? Is that what we're going to get, you know? And while people are locked into the predictive programming playing out of this idea, or at least have been introduced to the concept of a borderless society coming in the future, or one world society with no differences, you have to understand that, you know, I'm a channel who talks about the little season theory. Now, if you don't know this, I'm going to very quickly summarize here, but there are hundreds of hours of content on my channel fleshing the idea out. But we are not waiting for tribulation to come upon us. That already happened in the past, a long time ago in the past. And then there was a 1,000-year reign of peace where Christendom ruled supreme, with possibly Christ on the earth ruling from Mount Zion, New Jerusalem, in the center of all of this during that time. But as it explains in Revelation 20, that time comes to an end after a 1,000-year period, and the devil is let loose from his imprisonment, where he's been for 1,000 years. And then he takes over for a short season. And this little season of Satan is where he's let loose to deceive all the nations. And then he gathers an army whose numbers over the sands of the sea. So this is a multi-billion man army we're talking.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but okay.
So his theory is that we're further down in that. If you go in according to the Revelations type of end days thing, we're further down the line than we realize. And what they've done is basically tricked us into thinking that things that have happened haven't happened yet, and basically playing them out now.
It's an interesting thing. The reason that I dismissed that for the 1,000 years peace is because that would depend on what relativity you're living in. I mean,
yeah, what's peace?
Yeah, I mean, you could go to some parts of the world and they would say that they haven't had any bloody peace, yet at all. So, I don't know. I don't know if I mean, it's an interesting theory. It is interesting.
And there'd been a lot of other people that believed Jesus has already been or whatever. But yeah, that 1,000 years, there's definitely this 1,000 years of peace and whatever. The Revelations is very complicated. Maybe the 1,000 years is symbolic and it's not actually 1,000 years. But Kemo, let me know, man. What do you think? This is what I was trying to say. Zulu to jump on, so I could get his take on this. Did you see the back end world of turrets for the 3D printed gun that would fire one shot? No, I didn't see that, brother. What's your question, Jenna? Now, this guy was just coming up with like a theory that that Jesus has already come in a certain way, or the tribulation's already taken place, and we've come to the end of the 1,000 years of peace, and now this is that little piece of time where Satan is let loose to do his little ones and twos before the final end days.
Would make sense in one way though, because, and I'll tell you for why. When the beginning of the 1,000 years starts, he takes up all the good people, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he leaves us. He takes up.
Oh, what's that? The rapture.
Doesn't he take? He takes up all the good people, and then what's left is the bad people, and then finally he brings down the good people for them to have everlasting life, and takes up all the bad people for their punishment. So when he comes the second time, it's to take all the bad people and leave the good people, restore the good people. Yeah. They get everlasting life, while the other ones get everlasting punishment.
Oh, man. Sorry, man. My dog is having a nightmare right now. I've got to quickly run her out, don't I?
And it would make sense, because if they take if they've already took all the good souls, that will make sense of why we feel like we're living in hell with nutcases at every corner. Yeah. But I don't know. Someone said what is good and what is bad. I don't know. I think that changes per individual, doesn't it? But I think there's a lot of things that we can all agree on that is bad and whatnot. Just wait for Jedi to come back. He's sorting out his dog. Trump is a clown. Yeah, he's quite amusing. I like Trump. I think he's funny. I mean, I definitely prefer him to the alternative at the moment over there in America. But like I said, would I want someone like that ruling here? I'm not so sure I would. Ain't no one else going to come up on the panel? At least talk to me in the side chats. I've got something to talk about, for God's sake. Everyone's scared of me. Why? Well, who do they think I am? Apparently, Khan's waging a bloody army against me. Apparently, I've got to be taken down, according to him. That's quite amusing. No one wants to hear Hector's lady screaming. I'm not screaming. Jupiter is going to leg it. Her sidekick has gone live. No, I'm on here talking. Why would I need to leg it? I might go if no one else comes up and Jedi don't come back. I'm not going to sit here talking to myself all night. Might as well do that on my own bloody stream. What are my thoughts on the weird mist fog that's been occurring of late? I just think that we're going into different weather patterns because we're going into different areas of space. You know, I think every single weather thing that we see has occurred at least once before in our past. You know, I remember a few years back. Who remembers a few years back when they came on the telly and they said, "Oh, you're going to wake up in the morning, there's going to be a red film on all your cars," and we did. And they said that it was dust from the Sahara Desert. That never happened before in my lifetime. But there they were on the TV talking about it like it was normal. I was like, this is weird. Yeah, I find it interesting, that's all. I don't think we'll ever know the full truth. I don't think we're meant to know full knowledge of everything. I don't think that we could. Because if we did know the full knowledge of everything, we would have to see real horrors as well as real highs. Because this world is a dualistic world. I mean, if you were gonna have a world that's pure goodness, then you are gonna have a world that will be almost unconscious. Yeah, it would be conscious, and it would be a new type of consciousness. Because the world we live in, we can only become conscious of something when we've got something to compare it to. That's what our realm is. No, I think they were deliberate, Xeon, and I think that they were also done for political reasons. I don't think they were natural. Most of the homes affected were rich black families, were they? That's interesting. I'm not so sure about that. I did find it a bit silly when you got these high-profile celebrities saying that they were going to set up a GoFundMe. I was like, for who? They've got money in the bank. All right, so the collateral of their £1 million housing has collapsed to the floor, but I bet they're insured to the hilt. You know? And maybe they wanted to move on anyway. No, they had insurance. The ones that are connected would definitely get money. You know? But I do agree with this bloke on the screen, though, who says that it's the pendulum swinging the other way. And I always told people eventually the pendulum would swing the other way. But it's about how far back is the pendulum going to swing before it starts revolving back slowly again, before it goes back the other way. You know? Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Jedi. I don't know what's going on. Something's happened with his dog. I might have to go and come back in a minute, see if he's back. But it is interesting. It's actually good to see Jedi doing a stream, actually. This is sanity over here. Even if there is a little bit of banter sometimes and people going at each other, it's much better. And he needs to come back for a few weeks, I think. But he prefers TikTok, I think. I think he's took the dog for a bloody walk. What's my thoughts on the ceasefire in Gaza? Well, I hope and pray that they find a two-state solution and it stays that way. Will it, though? I don't know. I think it's actually a bit more strategic than that. They've got their hostages back, and should it start up again, now they can go full helter-skelter. Yeah, Zion, I've been over to TikTok. I find that I have to dip my toe in for a little while and then not bother again because it's weird. I find it strange. I've been on to a lot of because I like talking to people that don't absolutely agree with me. I get bored if I go onto channels and everyone agrees with everything I say because you don't learn nothing that way. You can't expand your mind. Plus, I do like a little bit of banter and a wind up. And I do like to wind people up as well. But I find the people over there are so polarized and they are, oh my God, it's like I've stepped back in time with their mindsets. It's like they haven't caught up yet. Yeah, so I don't like it on there too much. But I don't know. They all seem to be talking about the same thing all the time as well. I don't know if it's just because I haven't learned how to work it yet, how to get to streams that are going to be sort of like more stuff that I'm interested in. I don't know. But they all seem to, it's all robotic and they're all repetitive. And you can have a really in-depth conversation with someone over on TikTok one day. Go back to their stream and you'll see them regurgitating the same old shit the next day. you know. Okay, I think I'm going to mute up for a couple of minutes, see if he comes back, and if not, I'm off. Oh, here we go. We're even getting spammed in the chat now. That's all we need. Right, guys, I'm going to leave. I'll be back in about 20, 30 minutes, see if Jedi's still live. If not, take care. Happy New Year to all the people that I haven't seen. Blessings and love to all of you, all the decent ones. And I'll be back in a little while to see if he's returned or whether he's ended the stream. Take care, all.
I'm back.
A big army, you know, perhaps all of humanity involved all at once type of army, you know, as much as that is possible, because I know there's some people who are incapable of fighting for many reasons, and it's, you know, so within reason, whatever it is, maybe there'll be robots involved as well. Who knows? You can mass produce those things, can't you? But it's going to be a big number, and they're going to make war and surround the camp of saints and attack the beloved city. Now, people wonder, what does that even mean? And it's cryptic, and we're trying to figure it out specifically, but it seems like a giant city of sorts is going to become visible north. And everyone will look north, and there's going to be something there. Whether it's a floating city descending from heaven, like New Jerusalem is kind of described as happening.
Yes, I'm back.
At the
Sorry,
end, just before the White Throne Judgment.
Sorry about that, Dupes. Yeah, no, my dog suddenly was displaying some dramatic signs, so I had to make sure that she was all right. I can't have her shitting in the yard. So yeah, big her up for letting me know that she had a situation she needs to take care of. She's a well-trained dog. You know what I mean? When you gotta go, man. I couldn't log into the StreamYard on my phone, so you know what I mean? It just had to be dead air. We love Honorable President Trump, Vice President Vance. Stop all Democrats' illegal attacks against them. Gun and bomb violence are brainwashed. But what are we talking about? Sorry, I'm in the building. I'm back. TikTok has a weird energy, very low vibration. I don't like it. It's dead. It's proper dead. It's a proper dead platform. Yeah, what can I say? We all know this. But YouTube's also got a stagnant vibe to it. YouTube don't like to progress, don't like to move on. YouTube's also got its own things about it. But let's see. All these platforms. Why do we even care about platforms? See how deep it is. Like, it's platforms, social media is now a bargaining chip in voting, in the political mind. This is what I think is like wow to me, like rah. That's actually wow. Big up Jutes, man. If you're about return. As I walked in, you were saying, yeah, I'm gonna bounce. That's how life goes, isn't it? Just when you give up. Just literally. As you left, I was like, yo, Jutes. Yeah, no, she bounced.
Or if it's a visible city that becomes visible, that's already established on Earth in the north, that just towers to the heavens or something like that. Who knows? But whatever happens is humanity is going to consider it such a threat that they're going to march towards it to make war with it and destroy it before they feel like it's probably going to destroy us or something like that. Now, if we're in Revelation 20, then we may be seeing movements towards that coming to fruition now, with Trump discussing and talking about claiming northern territories like Canada and Greenland, which would be bordering where this thing is, this beloved city, or perhaps the camp of saints. And we imagine that there's nothing in the north. It's just a ice sheet that's ever shifting and changing.
What's the camp of
and
saints?
No one inhabits it.
So,
but what our theory purports is that we've been lied to about what's up there. It's not on the maps, but it certainly does exist. And this is perhaps where Christ and his saints are currently residing, or at least the saints are residing who were here during the 1,000-year reign when it was physical on earth. Maybe.
So what saints is he talking about? Is there saints in the Bible? What's he talking about when he's talking about saints? Big up Silverside. Yeah, man, show some love. Slap the like button, man. Yeah, what is there saints in the Bible, family? That remind me. I don't remember seeing saints in the Bible, but me, I don't know. The saints is Israelite. Is there saints in the Bible or not, bro? That's what we asking. Is there saints, Kemo? Because you saying the saints is Israelite. What do you mean? Do you like to sell the idea of slaves? Zulu. Alright, cool. Well, you let me know whether oh yeah, there is saints. Okay. So he's saying Jesus and the saints are gonna be located on this thing. Do you know what he's talking about? This Revelation 20 thing. So you all know. Yo, Jack, get with the program, man. What are you even typing about?
Maybe Jesus is in heaven with his Father and will descend at the end again with the beloved city.
Believers are saints. South, you finally step up. Huh? Step up in our life.
But there's something in the north, and it seems like Trump wants to get closer, doesn't he? He wants to get closer to that border. And we're told it's because of shipping routes and supply lines and, threats from Russia and all this type of thing. And it's to establish bases there for more security purposes. But when you tie in this little season theory, suddenly it contextualizes it in a whole different way. It changes how we can reinterpret these political, socio-economical commentaries and movements. It changes everything.
So what, can we be saints now? Or has it just got to be people that were around in the Bible times? Because you said, let me put this comment up. You said, so yeah, one in the Bible that followed Christ is a saint. All right, man. Is that a past thing though, or is that a present thing? Saint just mean holy ones. Can you be counted as a saint? When they talk about Jesus and the saints in the Bible, are they just talking about those that were alive then? Saint just mean holy ones.
So who knows? Maybe there's something going on there, and Trump is the one that's going to bring in the golden age to give us something worth fighting for. Fight against what? Well, if all of humanity is under threat from evil invading aliens whose mothership is now residing in the north and it's come to get us, I think humanity will want to defend their life, their stuff, their prosperities against the evil invading monsters who have come to take it all away, And again, this concept of giving us something worth fighting for, I'll give credit where credit is due. Connor from the Cult of Con YouTube channel kind of did his own diatribe on this, as he calls it. And he was right. He's bang on. This is exactly what's going on. And he was talking about this like a month ago. And he predicted this is exactly what's going to happen. And I agree with him. We're going to be given everything now. I think in the next 5 years, if not longer, because maybe he'll take full control and become the supreme leader or something like that because of the wonderful job he's going to do. But he's going to flip the tables. He's going to turn everything over. Everything's going to swing the other way so dramatically GDP is going to rise. It's kind of jobs are going to be created. Homes are going to be built. I don't know. Land is going to be reclaimed. All this type of thing. Everything's going to be wonderful. And we're going to grow and everything's going to get better. Wars will cease. There'll be a coming together of humanity in a way that's never been seen before. There'll be and such an advancement in technology to coincide with all of this, it'll seem almost miraculous in nature, And I think Elon Musk being heavily attached to Trump is kind of the way this is going to happen, Tesla and Trump teaming together in a technocratic rulership that never before seen on Earth, and it makes sense.
Let him cook. Let him cook. He's cooking slyly, Don't. There's a lot that we can disagree with, but then, what do you lot think? Do you think that there's a chance that we're gonna be entering a period of major conflicts being dissolved, the underdogs being risen up, people getting reparations, nations getting sovereignty, nations banding together, dropping borders, dropping visa restrictions, opening up international commerce, the power, the seeming black hand of power losing its grip, the entertainment industry, the business world, the politics world, all being shaken up, all the perverts being exposed. Don't you think that I think there's a possibility, because biblically there's supposed to be some point in time where everyone says peace and security, right? So if you're following that narrative, at least you believe there's going to be a time where people are going to believe that it's peace on earth. And bang, and then the end shall come. But maybe I'm the only one looking into the biblical side of things that deeply right now. I don't know. Just a year ago, the world changed with the chip in the guy's head. That was a serious move. And that guy is moving like he's the Merlin of America right now. Get me? Hand of the king. There's a lot going on. So, like, I'm with him on this side of the theory. Yeah, I'm with him on that. But where does that go? The peace and security part of the storyline in Armageddon, in Revelation, where is that in the storyline of then what happens after that? That means that we're in the period where the devil is just roaming, right? Where the devil's got some time to like ramp and try his bits. That means he's been unlocked from the pit. Is that what CERN was doing? Are we in that period now? Biblically, I'm talking from the biblical paradigm. Is that what's going on right now? That revelation shit. So, loads of different indigenous communities are talking to each other currently. There's lots of stuff going on, cuz. There's lots of this. We getting our power back. Like I said, reparations soon, land, rare tear, this and that. We got Burkina Faso linking up with Ghana and this and that. We got the BRICS. We got the BRICS link up. What's happening? Is stuff happening? So, like, I need someone that's familiar with the Revelations timeline kind of thing. What are we supposed to be looking for? Like, where do you if we're in that timeline, whereabouts would you place us? So, like, Kemo, let me ask you: do you rock with Revelation? The Book of Revelations. Big up yourself, Steve. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, big up, Jedi. Long time no see for a while. You all right?
Yeah, man. What's good, brother?
Yeah. Just seeing loads of communities coming together and talking with each other. It's like a proper grassroots thing. So So something seems to be happening. Something's going on, and
say that one more
people
time.
are talking. I say, let me turn my microphone up. That might be it. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can
Is
hear
it
you
break?
now. Go on.
Yeah, cool. Like I say, lots of communities are talking to each other, and something seems to be happening. It's on a grassroots level. They're kind of doing it for themselves. So there's a movement of feeling. What that develops into, I don't know. Hopefully something good and a voice for the people that have been oppressed. Because when we look at a couple of the things that you've been,
familiar? What's your
go on.
stance on the Book of Revelations?
Well, I read it in the 1990s because, as you know, I was involved in similar community as yourself. So from their point of view, the United Nations and the church were involved with each other, and actually for this time that we're living in, bringing around, releasing all the different horses and all the different things for Earth to see. So currently we're in the period of war. If you look at it in pure sense of what the Bible says, the United Nations was actually created for that. And releasing the pale horse is the first process. So that's the process of death. So the war's going on since the beginning of the 1900s could actually indicate that process is underway.
So you don't hold a biblical viewpoint.
No, I'm not going to go into specifics in the Bible because I turned away from the Bible quite a while ago, and went on my own spiritual path. Yeah.
Okay. I hear you.
And that's really the path I've led since. I've looked at things in a spiritual sense, but I'm also looking in all the research that I've done and the things I've discovered in the last 25 years, and realized that there's a possibility those things do connect. There's certain things happening that just seem a bit strange, and you could, if you wanted to. The Bible talks in such a way that you can link many different things into the story of the Bible. It speaks cryptically sometimes and doesn't state things precisely, so you can fit that into any period of time. But in a later period, go on.
Do you think Trump's here for good?
No, I mean obviously I followed the QAnon. Yeah, I followed the QAnon thinking, and then obviously he had his first term as president, and I followed the latest thing for Trump, where people are saying he's good and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. But I look back at the history of politics and realize one thing that's always happened. Whenever the public's got a bit disillusioned, they always throw another character in that's slightly different than the one before. But the message is still the same. It's kind of like, don't worry, chaps, I got this. Don't worry, chaps, I'll make sure you're okay. And to me, we always see the same things afterwards. I mean, if you look back at Obama, he said it's a time for change. And my question is, what changed? If we go back to George Bush, it was the same thing. If we go back to Ronald Reagan, it's the same thing. The only one that had any sense of a possible different message was obviously Kennedy, but they unalived him, so I'm sitting there thinking, how long do we have to wait till we realize they're not on our side and they're handpicked for purpose and for the purpose of fooling people to stick with a broken system?
You know what? I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote this time. Because I can't have this person in, and what did Jupiter said? Jupiter said, what was it? Better the devil you know, or the lesser of two evils, something like that.
Yeah.
One of the two, she said. And it's a shame that people still feel cornered into that type of decision making.
But there are reasons for that by the same token, and obviously those reasons are, you're born into this system, you're told it's what it is, You don't see any way of changing it, so therefore you try to work with it the best you can. But if we look back at our history, that hasn't really worked out very well for humanity. You know, those systems, if we look at them in the current day, in all the countries of the Western world, we have the munitions factories that where they create their stuff inside those factories, they unalive people all over the world. And we go around our office drinking our cups of tea, pressing our computer buttons, and we don't even acknowledge that. We don't even acknowledge that we're a part of that system because we pay tax towards that. And we're actually responsible in some small way for adding to that system and continuing the unaliving all over the world.
Culpability.
I know it's a bit of a negative
I don't
message.
believe Elon is who he says he was. I think he's a complete fraud who's never really created anything for himself his entire life and has stolen everything he's ever had, just like all these people are. But he's the figurehead for progress. He's the patsy who's in front of us, who we're supposed to believe is taking us to Mars.
Yeah.
You know? So if he can do that, if he can make rockets that come back from space and we can keep them, think what else this man can do for us in the future. You know, he's just there to represent that idea of technological advancement is here with this new government. You know, it's coming with us, it's coinciding with us. But the basic level stuff people are taking is finally, you know, things are going our way, everything's going to be happy and perfect again, it's wonderful, aren't we brilliant, you know. Now's our time, and that's the narrative you should be buying into. And he's going to get everybody on board. He's going to give everybody what they want. Like I said, you know, the youth have got their TikTok back, so everything's fine. It's kind of more stuff like that's going to start happening. He's going to bridge that gap and barrier with everybody. He's going to bring a time of peace and security. Because not only, see, this is where it gets really interesting and really trippy. Not only is that going to play out, get us towards the Gog Magog final war, the end of times type of stuff in this short little season of Satan. But they're also playing out Revelation. From Revelations 13 onwards, they're playing out tribulation events. So there may be a rapture of sorts or a false rapture of sorts. So there's going to be like earthquakes, wars, famines, all sorts of things. It's going to seem like the four horsemen are riding, the veils are being poured out, you know. It's going to seem like the wrath of God's coming upon us, and it's going to seem like Jesus is about to return, you know. You're going to see all of that as well.
What do you reckon about that? Fires and earthquakes.
Yeah, I've been hit. Yeah,
drones. And
I've been hearing a lot of this. Yeah, and a lot of it on the internet, and a lot of it in the conspiracy channels. Because you know, obviously, I read those and watch those quite a lot. But I've also seen it as a narrative that's being pushed to align themselves with the right wing, so that they're actually pushing out a narrative of pushing people into a corner, because they're being fed into a world that there isn't really any basis for. So I'm going to go direct when I say this, Jedi. I'm looking for the proof of God. You know, when we look at our world and the way it is, I want something a bit more concrete than words in a book. I want to see something in front of me that says, you know what, you looked after. I've got this. I'm there for you, and everything's going to be fine. And I'm sorry, but people talking on the internet about the Savior and about Revelation being fulfilled and about all the things that they talk about, it doesn't do it for me, Jedi. It doesn't give me that faith that this is real or this is true. What it gives me is a feeling that people are sending out an illusion of hope, much like politics used to. And I kind of get the feeling that they're doing this because everyone's lost faith in politics, that no matter what they try to give us as a leader, we're not actually voting for it.
Did this not exist before politics, or
but why
does religion go hand in hand?
Yeah,
with
of course. You know, where the church and state have always been linked together, you know, so they can pull out any playbook they want at any time. But the reason I'm describing this now is we've come to what I call a zenith. We've come to a zenith in education and a zenith in knowing what our history was. And because we've looked at all our systems, and a lot of us are losing faith. You know, they might not be saying it to each other, but they're losing faith in the system, right? And this, to me, is the last-ditch attempt to keep people hooked in to a certain politician, and a certain narrative about he's going to save us from all the harms that we see. And how I know this is I run community groups, Jedi, and I'm hearing this from the people in the community. They've got no faith in the political system that we have. You know, I've probably got about 2 or 3 people in that group that actually do have faith in the system. Most of the people that are actually at that community group are there because they want to see community, because they're fed up of what the government's done, or fed up with how their community is, and they want to see change, and they've decided to try and change it for themselves. Stuff like this here is, to me, I'd actually call it a stand down psyop. In other words, stand down, don't do anything, we've got this for you, you don't have to do anything, we're going to sort it all out for you. Or of course, I could be completely wrong and everything I've just said is a bag of shite, but I do believe strongly sometimes in what I think and feel. So that's my answer to that. Maybe my answer is a bit different than your feeling. And what is your position? How do you see this? Have I got it totally wrong? Or? Yeah, have I got it totally wrong? Do you think this is something to watch out for? Or do you think
I'm
Trump?
not sure that ignorance is. I don't think ignorance is gonna help you solve it. Solve the conundrum any quicker either. So is what it is. I just think it's definitely interesting, and I think it's deliberately interesting. It's deliberately made to intrigue the inquiring mind. Do you know what I mean? Like, just make you think, oh, what's going on here? There's
I get you.
so much going on, but there's so much going on. It's hard to ignore. There's so many things happening that it's hard to ignore, and I think that's another tactic, bombarding you with so much that majority of us are going to miss the relevance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much happening at once.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'd actually like something to save us from what we're doing to ourselves. So spiritually, I'd like this all to be true, and that something is going to help us. And that's a possibility.
Aliens?
I mean, if we look at what we're told about the universe,
so don't you think there's a lot of activity going on around the whole alien circuit? You know, UAPs and OAPs and UFOs and FOUs, like all this stuff. So
I do.
What do you think about that?
I do believe that, and I've actually stated on the channel probably a year ago that I would see this being a possibility in 2025. I've also discussed this in my own community in 2021, that they would actually push out a narrative of a fake alien invasion, or at least the media saying that aliens do exist, and
you don't want to
these
believe
things
in nothing,
come to light.
It's like so do you believe that? What do you think about the information that's coming out right now about activity in the skies and stuff like that, declassifications and all of these things?
I think it's another fear narrative that's pushed out, and I actually think it will be a fake narrative. It will be faked on the media. It will be the biggest hoodwink magician act of our lifetime.
So then so you do believe aliens are real, but you think what's going on right now is a fake?
I do believe the possibility of aliens are real. Whether they've landed on Earth or not, I don't know, because and it's for this reason. I think that if aliens existed, the possibility of them being more powerful than us would be strong. For them to get to Earth from wherever they've come from, they would have higher technology and also have better defense mechanisms. So, in my opinion, if aliens ever did arrive on Earth, I don't think we'd stand much chance against them. So I don't think the government would be able to hide a real alien invasion. I think everyone would know that aliens had definitely arrived. And I think we would be at significant risk if they did. I think that's why I believe this is a fake narrative that's been pushed out for an awful long time.
Fake narrative. I hear you still. I'm going to play a little bit more, man. I'm going to retire soon. If we don't get no more jumping on, I'm probably going to
hopefully, jump on, guys. It's worth a chat.
Tribulation. They're playing it out like a script, using all of their technology, money, and power and control. They're playing it out as though we're living in that time, rather than the end of Revelation, where we're in this short season where Satan rules after all of that has passed. So the true timeline is tribulation, Christ comes back, there's then Armageddon, a battle where he destroys it all and destroys Satan and the Antichrist and all that sort of stuff. Satan's then bound for 1,000 years. And then in that 1,000-year period where Satan's bound, Christ and his saints will rule for 1,000 years on earth.
Right. So you lot believe that's all still to come with the biblical crew? You lot believe the 1,000 years is still to come, or the 1,000 years has passed?
And there'll be a resurrection where all those who died for Christ are resurrected as perfected saint bodies, and they rule for those 1,000 years where Satan is locked up. And then when the 1,000 years has ended, Satan's let loose from his prison for a short season to deceive all the nations and gather an army and have a war.
What the hell is going on? Why would we be doing that? Why would we lock Satan up and then free him again and then lock him up and free? What's going on?
Well, technically within the Bible, this period is a judgment period. So it's about aligning people into a new way of going on. So Satan being locked away would show that his influence wasn't allowed upon earth. And then the people would have a free chance to actually live a good life. And after that 1,000-year period, then the judgment begins. According to the Bible, anyway.
We're in the war stage. We're not in the tribulation stage. But they're playing out everything as a world event, as though it is that time. As though tribulation is coming upon us and Christ is about to return. Christ kept his promise. He returned when he said he was going to return, not long after Pentecost. He didn't lie to those people. It's just been hidden from us. And again, check out my channel for more details on that if that's a new concept to you. I think you'll find there's a lot more to it than what my ramblings here have just laid out for you. It goes deep, you know. But because they're playing out this mythos, we're going to see some weird stuff happen during this time. Now, I don't know if this is going to happen during Trump's time or afterwards. I don't know. I think it's going to happen sooner than we think, but not right around the corner. It's not. A lot of people think it's going to happen right now, inevitably. It's all going to kick off any minute now, and I think there's a lot more they want to do yet before they do kick it all off. But you know, within the next couple of decades, perhaps we're going to start seeing interdimensional stuff happening. You know, after the whole drone attack and the orbs and all that type of thing, weird stuff like that, meteors, signs in the skies. Trump and his Space Force are going to come into action, and then it's going to be more like we're going to work with these aliens to see if we can strike a deal, that type of stuff. And it's going to get weird, and that's where these leaps and bounds in technological advancement are going to come. It's going to come from deals with intergalactics or extraterrestrials or interdimensionals, which is more likely, you know, these beings that have been here for thousands of years that are just going to manifest and tell you they're from space. So you're going to see that come to fruition, because 2025 is a very interesting year to coincide with all of this and the enunciation of the golden age, which Trump is talking about. Well, that's theosophical in nature, and the Theosophical Society, which has been around for over 100 years, said that 2025 is a pinnacle year in their plan. It's where there'll be the reveal.
What are you going to mention?
I was going to mention that this sounds a bit New Age and Helena Blavatsky, and a bit from the New Age movement. So specifically what's being talked about here is a Palladian invasion. Are you aware of that, Jedi? That's what the Theosophical Society believes. Yeah, so basically those Palladians... go on.
Yeah.
Those Palladians are basically masters...
you know, you got a delay.
I'll let you go first.
Carry on, please.
Yeah, sorry about the delay. But yeah, those Palladians are basically a master of the universe type of being, and they're basically going to save us. So this has been talked about for probably 150 years of this, and it goes back way back to ancient secret religious teachings from the mystery schools. So there's like a different conflagration of different type mystery schools coming together with one message. So this is what this video seems to represent to me. It seems to represent that message. I've finished.
Yeah, this man is saying basically that he believes this alien type of direction that the narrative might be going in. Like everyone's been saying, he believes it's basically demons, poisonous aliens, or whatever. That's basically what he's saying. Get me? But yeah, that's like an old theory. But yeah, Galactic Federation, Palladians, the Andromedans, did this, did that, the fucking hell, man. I think he even goes into like Maitreya. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like all of that.
Yeah,
like, all
there's
of
a
that,
lot
man.
of things out there. There's a lot of things out there, and threading through that is a minefield.
What
It's
do you
a
call it?
minefield of info.
Ascended Masters.
Ascended Masters,
Ascended Masters. Right.
Yeah.
Jesus is an ascended master. Buddha's an ascended
That's
master.
correct.
This
Yeah,
person,
correct.
that person's an ascended master. And they're gonna come back to show us the way, and they're gonna warn us against these other bad guys that may want to come and fuck with us. And I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's getting.
You just
but the
never
thing
know.
is, yeah, like what I notice is that we're never getting into any real meat and potatoes. Like you get flashing lights, but no real picture. You get a radars thingy, declassification, but there's nothing juicy. The juiciest thing to have come out last year was when them Mexicans was pretending they had the actual alien body.
Yeah, I saw that.
Juicy.
I saw that.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
yeah, I remember it. This big tall thing. Yeah.
You know, was it big things or small things? I can't remember.
Well, one of them was like an 8 foot tall thing. It's like 8 foot tall, like a grey alien.
Right.
So yeah, there's been a few of those videos. Been a few of them. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it seems to be more prevalent now, especially with the Senate committee hearings about the whistleblowers from the military. So some information's coming out, whether it's true or not. Who knows? Who knows?
You know, I always side eye when they give you a piece of information and say, "Yeah, this was secret, and now it's declassified, and you can read it. Here you go." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, mate. You get me?"
Yeah, definitely. Cool. It's like you're meant to know. You're meant to know this. You just don't know you're meant to know.
Exactly. Straight through.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something weird as well.
Got huge blocks that's blacked out.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, they say it's declassified, but it's not declassified. It's just
there's a word for that. Is the word redacted when it's redacted?
Redacted.
Yeah.
There's so much redacted information.
Yeah. So my question is this. I've got a question for you, Jeddah. Now we all know that we've looked into alternative ways of seeing the world, and there's many different sources of information for that. But having done this for a very, very long time myself, I've come to the conclusion in the recent past that we're meant to know this information, that they've given it to us on purpose, that they're putting lots of truths into this info so that we take notice of it. But they're also adding untruths to that information so that when we try to tell anyone, we sound a bit crazy. So for example, like the moon is hollow, you know, that theory, because they know that can never be proved. And anyone who says it is and has looked into the evidence of that, they'll sound a bit strange. But if we look at the proper conspiracy, which is we're ruled by psychopaths and they're not very nice, and we ought to do something about it, then that message seems to get lost. You know, along the way that message is not listened to. You know, it's almost like they're playing us. I mean, I don't know what you think about
that. No, I agree.
Mm-hmm. And we've got to have a bit of.
I coined the term. Well, I never coined it. That's a lie. But I used the term "shit sandwich."
Yeah, it's a good way of describing it. Because, my way is
right. It's a shit sandwich, right? Because it's like it's shit. Let me elaborate on it. You know, shit sandwich, 2 slices of bread are the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And the filling is a healthy dollop of bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
Now,
it's a good way of putting it.
Now, if somebody handed you a shit sandwich, you wouldn't eat it. Right?
No.
Even if they open the sandwich up, got a knife and scraped the shit out of the sandwich and closed the bread back up, you still wouldn't eat it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why? Because it's been contaminated with shit. But this is information for us. All our information is shit sandwich.
Yeah,
all of it.
I agree.
Because at some point, someone's put a dollop of shit between it, and now we're picking out bits of shit from the bread, still trying to find.
Ain't no one touching that. Ain't no one touching that.
You might be able to skim like a tiny layer from the top, but you would want to
Yeah.
vomit doing that.
Yeah, you'd smell it a mile off.
You can skim off. Yeah, but you're like, nah, because like there's been shit in this. Do you know what I mean?
It's very true.
And that's why
it's
I
very
use the
true.
shit sandwich, because everyone can see that. It's like, so in order to get a bit of truth, you got to take a bit of shit. That's just the world we live in right now. And now me and you are in a position where we're what's the word? Dubious.
Using discernment. Using discernment.
I mean discernment, but like at the same time, I would say that there's a bit of being. I'm scared to pick the wrong thing at the same time. In my personal experience, I'm obviously being cautious, but like you said, like personally, I would hate to pledge my allegiance or make an oath to the wrong thing. So almost like no decision is actually, for me, the most truthful decision I can make at this present time. If it changes, it changes. If there's more information or anything else that sways me, even if it's just a personal feeling that rises and sways me even more to a specific location, then I'll walk with it. I ain't gonna fight against it. But at this moment, the shit sandwich is so prevalent in my mind, I'm worried. And now we talk about that these scriptures, the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, and I'm worried that someone may have done a sly number 2 in there, in that sandwich, and I'm a bit worried about. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I do know what you're saying. Yeah, I've often thought that myself, and as we know, there's a lot of truth in them books. So it's hard sometimes to discern whether there's something we missed.
Is there any shit? We all agree that there's some truth in there, but is there any shit, Steve?
Well,
you believe there is?
I'm a bit respectful. Yeah, I'm a bit respectful to people's beliefs. So I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to start harming people in terms of what they believe in. But in a nutshell, yeah, I can see things I don't agree with. Yeah.
Right,
I can see something in there that doesn't align with my thinking. Yeah. And that's in all of the books as well, because basically from our side of the world, we follow Abrahamic faiths, and even I'll say one thing, even the sacrifice of Abraham for his son to God, to me, that was a bit too far, you know, to unalive your own child to prove that you're a good person. To me, I don't unalive myself. If that came to a decision like that, I'd unalive myself. I wouldn't unalive my own child.
Let me ask you a question.
Go on.
I've asked this question on this channel a few times. Would you allow your child to be unalived if you knew it would save the children of the world, all the other children in the world?
Oh, mate, that's hard. Fucking hell. Whoa, yeah, I didn't expect that question. That's fucking hard. That is hard.
Right? Yeah.
I'm not actually going to answer that. I'm not actually going to answer that. That's too
you're
hard.
not going to answer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I bottled it. You know what? You're one of the only people that can ask me a question I can't cope with. I've never met many people that can do that.
So now that question, if we invert that question, it may give you a different perspective of what Abraham was asked to do, especially in the
Yeah,
paradigm
true,
of the biblical
true.
context. God himself, could be argued, was prepared to and followed through with allowing his child, his only begotten son, to be sacrificed for the rest of mankind. So it could be maybe argued that God himself is prepared to do that. So why couldn't he ask his
Yeah,
creation to
I've
do
got
it?
my
And
I've got my
plus,
answer. I've got my answer.
wait.
Yeah,
And plus
go on.
with the cherry on top, that it was just a test, and God actually sent angels to stop the hand of Abraham because it wasn't actually what he wanted. He just wanted to test his. Now, for me, a God testing your resolve is strange because he already knows what your resolve is. But let's move past from that bit. Someone will say, no, the test was for Abraham's sake, for Abraham to understand how dedicated he was to God and God's word or God's intention. I don't know.
I've got
Others
my
will say
answer.
that was symbolic.
I've got my answer.
Go on,
I thought about it. This is my answer. My answer's still the same, but with another
Big up
twist.
Tally, big up Tally. I see you. Go on.
And it would be this. The conversation between me and God would be, if you feel my child has to be unalived for the sake of humanity, you're going to have to do it, because I'm going to unalive myself because I can't cope with that choice. But you'll have the choice afterwards, so you can choose whether to do that.
No, but it's not about you coping with that choice. It's no. He's not asking for your fucking permission. He's telling you to do it. Are you dumb? He ain't saying,
I'll give my honest opinion. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. No.
You defy God. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you defy God. But if that,
I'm not doing it.
But okay, but if
it's a cruel thing to ask.
If your son's life, do me a favor, please, Steve. Turn down the YouTube in your background, please. Yeah? If your God decides,
it's too loud.
Well, what was I going to say? Yeah, what was I going to say? Sorry. If that sacrifice that you were being asked to make would save the other kids, or let's just say 8 million kids, let's just say 1 billion kids, you would choose to have your child rather than save the lives of 1 billion others.
Yeah, I'll tell you why as well, right? Here's the real thing that I'd do. Me and my child would be running the other way to get away from such a funny God, and then I'd pray to another God that he actually comes along and sorts that God out, because only God playing them sort of games, unaliving a whole race of beings, isn't the sort of God to me that I want anything to do with. So me and the kids running in the other direction.
No. He's not. No.
Sorry
He's not unaliving.
Sorry to be flippant.
He's not unaliving the beings. He ain't unaliving the beings and the beings. He's not unaliving humans. It's the devil. The devil's unaliving the humans, and he doesn't want that. He wants to give you. He intended for you to have eternal life, and he's trying to give you a way out. He's trying to give you a route back to eternal life and his favor. And you're just thinking about the temporary. You're thinking about now. You're thinking in your little mortal feelings.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Man. Snap out of it, right? Snap out of it. Get out of your mortal feelings. You're an immortal being. Yeah, and remember, this is the thing. Listen, human justice, is human justice the same as ant justice?
Yeah,
it's not, is it?
Yeah,
in your eyes,
it's right? It never looks at the bigger picture, does it?
Right. So then, exactly. So now, godly justice may be different to human justice, and we may need to find some humility to accept that and understand that. You know what? Let's take our egos out of it. Let's come out of this paradigm of being humans and suffering. And I love my son. And let's think about the bigger spiritual. You believe in spiritual realms and all this stuff. So there's more to this. So it ain't just the here and now and you having your son for what, 40 years, 50 years max we got. Do you know what I mean? Max.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you 70
you're sucking
years.
You're sucking me back in now, Jedi. So that's the thing with you. That's why they call you the Jedi Master, mate. You know what I mean?
Don't ever accuse me of that. I'm definitely sucking no one back. back in, front in, back out, front out. There's
Easy,
no
tiger.
sucking going on.
Oh,
I'm
dear.
definitely not a tiger. Yeah,
It's going south. It's going south.
and if I let it go north, east, let it go
Yeah.
east. Not even no
Yeah.
directions like up and down. We're not going up and down. We're not going side to side. We're not going nowhere. Lava thunder.
That's hilarious. Oh, I've missed you, brother. I missed you.
Like, look. Yeah, likewise,
Yeah.
man. But let's get back to the point, bro. Right? The point being is maybe Steve is thinking as Steve. You're not thinking of as the eternal essence, the eternal part of the source that is the consciousness that is. You're thinking of Steve. Do you know what I mean? Try to come out of that.
Yeah.
Your son or your child's life and your sacrifice could save 1 billion souls, 1 billion lives, 1 billion youth as well. Not some bad mind, evil adults, children. You're banking on the fact that your child and your lineage is going to be one of the ones that's going to change the world. What if out of that billion, the true Messiah is in there, is in that billion, and your role is to show that level of compassion for humanity that, you know what, I would do the unthinkable and allow my child, my own love, to be the sacrifice to let 1 billion people live, 1 billion children, 1 billion destinies. But you selfish fucking Steve's like, nah, I love my Frank, I love my Steve Jr. No way. Fucker. People like you thinking for themselves. Think about yourself. Fucker. And how would your child grow knowing that his life, in exchange for his life, 1 billion other people could have lived? He's gonna be like, you can't. Now I've got the pressure to be someone. Fuckery. Shame on you, man. Shame on you, man. Someone said Steve Jr. is crazy. Yeah. 1 billion of us have got to go. 1 billion of our youths have got to go because Steve Jr. Do you know what I mean? Who's literally going to grow up to be an accountant or working Greg's, nothing else. And you stop the Messiah existing.
Yeah, it's a bit heavy. Jedi, I'm gonna have to dash, bro. Something's come up. I'm serious. I'm not joking. And it wasn't because of the question. although there might be a part.
All right.
All right, well, you take care, and it's good speaking to you.
You're gonna go make sure Steve Jr.'s all right. Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah, just gonna check. I'll see you later. All right, bye-bye.
Oh my god. Man, I said something's popped up. That's a madness. Oh, I've broken my guest. It's not working anymore. Let's turn it off and turn it back on again. Lava. Okay. All right, cool. Well, talk to me, man. What should I do? I'm gonna dust out then, or someone's gonna jump on and say walk on. We can talk about anything. You know, it's getting to that time. We're trying to get the early night in. But yeah. Should I stream tomorrow then? I'll bust a stream tomorrow. I'll bust a stream, man. You lot try and log in. They're not gonna go on too late though, because I can't hack the late nights. I've got to be up and early and up and out early. I'm gonna try fling in more streams. Please, family, jump on. I mean, big up Steve for jumping on. That was good, man. Big up Dupes for jumping on. Big up Sebs for jumping on. Big up Cage for jumping on. Yeah. Play the Elon salute. You missed it. Tell us where you've been, man. Man, I've been about, but I'd rather just chat I want to talk to you lot, not just at you. So I'll wait until you lot can jump on and we have a chat. Oh, mate. Nah, Silverside. Did I say that though? I thanked who I funk, man. I thanked who I funked. Right. And I wasn't funking fucking MC Nemesis, trust me. I just let him on for the bants, bro. I was gonna cut him off mid-sentence, to be fair. That was my initial plan. And then I thought, you know what? True, he is in America and he's a bit redneckish. Let me hear what he's got to say about Trump. But Cage just couldn't let him just chat. Cage was like, nah, you ain't saying a word. You fucking inbred hillbilly. Get me? Cage just saw another white guy and just went ballistic. You know what he's like? I'm the only white guy out there from up these parts with an accent. Get me? He ain't sharing it with no one. Like, Cage, I don't know what Cage was on. Cage sounded like he'd been drinking absinthe and meth. Meth synth. Yeah, man. All right. So tomorrow we'll catch up tomorrow. We'll catch up tomorrow. Big up everyone that been asking me about Speakonomics. Yeah, man. You know, my engineer and whatnot has taken a little holiday, so we just gone on a little break, but we'll be back next week. Is it next week? Yeah, I think we'll be back next week or the week after, and then there'll be no breaks after that. But yeah, we just have to take a little break. You know, everyone needs a rejuvenation period. So yeah, big up Maverick and all them, and we'll be back to it soon. So what you lot been up to? What's been going on, man? Online. Yeah, I basically came to almost a complete standstill for a couple of weeks of the online activity. I've been doing my little skits and chat shits now and then because that's just easy. But I ain't done no programming. I've done no streaming. I ain't really done nothing. But yeah, we're firing the engines back up and let's go. Season 2 of all of that shit. So we'll be back and definitely got to start getting more regular with True Illuminati. So don't watch nothing. I ain't forgotten you guys. Thanks for hanging in there. Big ups to everyone in the building. Oh, man will double back in it. Pause. Man will circle again. Man will revolve. Return. Alright, say nothing. Suck the PayPal, man. Hit the PayPal. Show some love. If you've enjoyed the show, show a little love. You know what I mean? Glad to see you on the tube. Yeah, Auntie Jenny, man. Please be a guest, man. Like, you lot, jump on, please. Give me a little company on there in the future. 1 hour, 18 minutes. These were... Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't even see you was right. Is that what he was writing in the background? Okay, I didn't even see all that racial slurs man's putting in the background. All right, man. Yeah, family. I'll be back tomorrow, innit? Peace. Peace.